Alrighty. Welcome back to the ScurvyRum show. Can't believe we're on episode 70. And this one is more madness from Feminism. Kind of going back to the show's roots here a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean, we did that for the VTuber debut. Kinda. Anyways, sure you don't just want to see the 2D artwork. You guys want my sexy VTuber model. Anyways, let's see. We have Post-Nut Clarity and Henok in the chat right now. How are you guys doing? I'm doing alright myself, in case you're wondering. Let's see. We're going to get started in a few minutes here. I'm going to send the link out to... in about a minute. Let me just... get my bearings straight. Let's see. All oranges should be sent to London, Stan. British? No, I ain't no Brit. It's probably a good thing that I'm not. I know America's not doing so hot, but oh my god, like all this stuff going on in Europe, it's nutty. It's absolutely nutty, and especially with that whole parade attack that happened in Germany. Oh man, we are so screwed. Hopefully that far right German party is actually gonna fix things. They'd better. They'd fucking better. Anyways, time to send out the link. Let's get some more viewers in here. And of course, let me just save on some RAM, just a little bit of RAM. You have a recommended amount of dedicated wham. Anyways. Let me in, says Henok. Alrighty. Back to the live stream thingy. Ah, damn, I'm stammering over my words. Had a pretty fun jiu-jitsu class today, too. We're gonna get started in, like, about a minute or two. Proper. Zombie Bomb, hey, how's it going? AC, how's it going? Beta male. Is this from last time? From the $5 you sent last weekend? Probably. Probably. I still didn't fulfill your request, by the way. I'm not gonna pollute my Twitter feed with such degeneracy. Don't be like Nick. Drinking leads to gooning. Nick Fuentes? Nick Fuentes? I don't think he drinks. He drinks water. I don't think he drinks booze. And I'm sure he drinks something else too. Alrighty, so before I pull up the itinerary, how do you pick your thumbnails? You have the exact same one, except for you have the exact same one for episode 69. So when I don't really, that's odd. I changed the thumbnail to Haley Smith from American Dad holding a gun. So it shouldn't just be, you know, my glorious image. But okay, I'll answer your question, then I'll get to my little announcement. So when it comes to thumbnail selection, I just kind of think, like, it might not come to me immediately, but, like, I try to think about it based on, like, the theme of the episode. I mean, for this one, I didn't think of the thumbnail until, like, literally today. Sometimes that's the case. Episode 69 thumbnails, the same as 65. Yeah, sometimes there's repeat thumbnails, too. Some of them are just iconic. I don't mind that personally. Like, it's a little different for the stream thumbnails compared to my video thumbnails. Let's see. Let me just actually pull up tab to my channel. See what you're talking about. Okay, so 69 was the was the cows. Ah, yeah, I did use the same picture of cows for 65. Yeah, I mean, okay, when it comes to finding funny images of cows, yeah, that's actually a little harder than anticipated. So I don't mind using the same one. But anyways, let's get to my little announcement that I have. So next week I'm not going to be making a video or doing a stream, just spending time with family. And then the week after, on the 29th to the 4th, there's not going to be a stream on Saturday, but I will have some videos prepared, probably on the shorter side, and I'll also continue writing the outline for the Andrew Ditch video too. ScurvyRum, did you forget it? Anime cowgirls. Damn it, AC. No, that doesn't make sense for lol cows. Also, I don't have Photoshop, so I can't exactly Photoshop Chris Chan's head on a cow. I have about 100 AI cows on my computer. Huh. They're all striped like bees, though. That's AI for you. For now. I know. I gotta try that out through like Grok or something. Yeah, now that Grok is free on X, it's like, yeah, I'm probably gonna try that out. Okay, let's get to the itinerary, shall we then? Oh wait. Yep. Let's pop up that itinerary. Alrighty. So tonight on the ScurvyRum show, we're going to be showcasing more madness from feminists and feminism. Our first video, activists and media used innocent men and believe all women, and BLM was born by Better Bachelor. Our next video, even trad girls want a 304 phase by Undead Chronic. We have some various X posts that I found that pissed me off, mainly from yesterday. Our regular cancellation is actually going to be 666 Devil Chad and the women who enable him. And, of course, you know, it is going to get a little serious at the end. I do think it's fitting that we at least honor the victims of the Madison, it's not Ohio, I messed that up. Fuck, what state was it? Let me refer back to the Wisconsin. It was Wisconsin. Was it? Yeah, it was Wisconsin. Okay, just had to check my facts. Wisconsin. Even there's some last minute changes. I thought it was Ohio. I must have bungled it up with something else in my head. But yeah, Madison, Wisconsin. We're gonna honor the victims who lost their lives to a radical feminist bitch. Anyways, let's get started with the first segment here. We have a video from Better Bachelor. Activists and media use innocent men and believe all women, and BLM was born. Okay, one more Discord notification check. Alrighty, let's get started.
Guys, welcome to Better Bachelor. My name is Joker with
Let me just adjust the volume.
a face for radio and a voice for print. Not doing a live stream today, which is why I'm doing my old intro, because I'm not thanking everybody for coming to the live stream. But I decided to do a one-off video on this because this story, which is the 2006 Duke lacrosse scandal, was really the beginning of the...
So, okay, since the video is about the whole Duke lacrosse scandal, I actually know a little bit about this case. It was, I would say it's one of the seeds that kind of planted before I was red-pilled, but I knew that this stuff was going on where people were just, like, faking, like, allegations of, like, really serious crimes, like SA or grape. But there was a lot of holes in that story. I remember hearing about those holes in that story, and I was thinking it's like, okay, something is up here. I think I was also playing World of Warcraft at the same time I learned about that case. So Trapper Emoticon says have to wait till January 4th. Um so okay, I think the next proper stream is going to happen on the 11th. Oh, raise up my volume. Oh, shit. Let's see. A little technical difficulties here. I'll be back. Okay. Okay, there we go. There we go. Let me check on OBS now. Audio. Okay. Okay, yeah, there we go. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened. Okay, we're good now. We're good now. Sorry, I did not check my mic, but it was fine on OBS's end, funnily enough, but not on my end. Alrighty, we're good. Use something from Berserk. Oh, I have used Berserk in my thumbnails before. I'll use it when I'll use it again when applicable. Anyways, let's get back to the thing. So as I was saying earlier, just to catch you guys up to speed, because my mic was being a little retarded, I remember hearing about this case back in like 2016 when it was one of the little seeds that was planted before I properly got red pilled, and I think I was literally playing World of Warcraft at around that time. Yeah, I remember. It was during like the Emerald Nightmare raid. Yeah, back in Legion. So that was like back in 2016. Yeah, I remember. Okay. Thinking. Oh yeah. And I was just thinking, like, so okay, some of the details that the chick was providing seemed very off. Something wasn't quite clicking for me. And basically, that made me start to think a little bit more. It's like I don't think it wasn't 2016 wasn't quite the time where most allegations of this kind, like it used to be that 9 out of 10 grape accusations were true. It's completely the inverse now. Like now, and it's sad. It really is sad. And you could blame Me Too for why that's the case, because guys have noticed that it's like why even talk to a woman when she could just lie through her fucking teeth that he was being creepy, he was he SA'd me, even though he could have saved your life. This is what is happening in South Korea. They don't even want to help women, even though in South Korea you're required to know CPR during your mandatory military service. I learned that recently. But yeah, they don't want to help out. They don't want to help out a woman. They don't want to help out a woman who might need something, because who knows, you might have to put your hands on her chest to get her to start breathing again, and wouldn't you know, she could sue you for SA. Not only Me Too, but also The Simps and the Cucks. You're right, Hanok. There's a lot of simp men who were kind of going along with this stuff too. Anyways, let's continue.
Believe all women. It was kind of a big starting point of the Bravo Lima Mike, or BLM movement. It was used by women all over the world to cast hate and doubt, against white guys.
Yeah, it's mainly white guys who suffer the brunt of all this.
College frat boys, basically, as patriarchy and white privilege and all the other things that they talk about to throw shade at men today, because the system supported these white college lacrosse players, and in the meantime, they didn't believe the black woman that said that they basically assaulted her. And I'm going to use the initials SA a lot, which, if you know, stands for sexual assault. I'm going to be using that instead because, otherwise I'm blanking out a lot of words for YouTube. And again, as always, I want this to be out to the masses over at YouTube. I would suggest, however, you start moving your way over to Rumble or to Locals. We're
going to skip this part a little bit. Okay, hold on.
Which is against her. And did the old said.
Hold on.
The Crystal Magnum, which is the woman that was said that these guys had performed SA against her and did the old snuggle.
That was wrong. Crystal Magnum says she falsely accused Duke lacrosse players of grape in 2006. Crystal Magnum, a former exotic dancer, spoke on the Let's Talk with Kat podcast on Wednesday, where she said she falsely accused 3 men of graping her. You want to know what happened to those guys? All of those lacrosse players? Their lives basically got destroyed for a good while. The damage has already been done. I think some of them are only just recovering. But seriously, those kinds of accusations destroy lives. There's a reason why guys on the internet say it's like, if you're gonna make an accusation, you should have some form of ramification. If that accusation somehow turns out to be false, there needs to be a proper system of punishment for false accusations. I firmly believe that too.
Struggle on her. Well, as of yesterday, 11 o'clock p.m. yesterday, and it was updated 3 p.m. today. She says that was wrong. She falsely accused.
YouTube deletes my comments. Ah, damn, dude. I don't know what's going on. I checked the last time. I didn't see a comment from you on the not even on the withheld section of the last stream. Okay. Were you planning on doing call-ins at some point? This is the continuation channel. What? Continuation channel. I don't think we're going to be doing call-ins tonight. I did do a call-in segment for the Game Awards, but let's get back on track here.
Use the Duke lacrosse players of SA in 2006. So here we are 18 years later, and because of her false statements, because now, again, the case was thrown out because there wasn't enough evidence, but I lived in Durham, North Carolina during the time of this case, and it was not just a big deal. It was a massive deal, and it went national. And, of course, all the news outlets and everybody out there said these guys probably did it, and that were the judges and Roy Cooper and everybody else involved were just protecting white privileged men and throwing a black woman under the bus to protect these men. Well, it turns out the law prevailed, but it didn't stop the Believe All Women movement. It didn't stop the hate against men, it did, especially white guys. It didn't stop the progress of Bravo Lima Mike. And, of course, everybody now...
Now, when it comes to, BLM, right? I thought BLM started from, Trayvon Martin's case. You know, that piece of shit. But it seems like it has roots earlier on.
You know, flash forward after we have all this craziness in the world. But if you go back and think about it, it didn't, even though Amber Heard was proven to be the one that was false in her claims against Johnny. If you go back and look at the Mattress Girl, which is the Columbia University accusation controversy.
Okay, let's read this. I also remember reading this and also remember that this is false. Whole case is false. In April 2013, Emma Sokowicz, American fourth-year visual arts major at Columbia University in NYC, filed a complaint with Columbia University requesting expulsion of fellow fourth-year student and German national Paul Nungesser, alleging he had raped Sokowicz in her dorm room on August 27, 2012. Nungisser was found not responsible by a university inquiry. In May 2014, Solkowicz filed a report against Nungisser with the New York Police Department, who did not pursue charges. The district attorney's office interviewed both students but did not pursue charges, citing lack of reasonable suspicion. Solkowicz declined to pursue criminal charges any further and stated that NYPD officers were dismissive and had mistreated her. Okay, so that's kind of the gist of things, but where's the part where it says it's false? Because that whole thing was false.
University where this Emma Solkowicz made claims that turned out not to be true. And then you've got the original here, the Duke Lacrosse case. There's so many, and they're quick to come out and castigate the men. But in the same token, when it's found out that the men were actually innocent, well, nobody that claimed anything against them is harmed.
So, when it comes to like accusations of like this magnitude, what so many people have done, like at least in the past, was they instantly jumped on the side of the accused. I mean, we saw this with Amber Heard, right? That's actually a perfect example to use. We saw this with like a bunch of people just latching onto Amber's story, and so many people were believing it. There was a few people on like on the right of the political aisle were like, something's fishy about this, and then turns out Amber Heard is actually the aggressor, and I don't think she didn't grape him, but she was certainly abusive, if I could recall correctly. Certainly didn't treat Johnny Depp with, respect and dignity. We'll put it like that. But, the media was kind of dragging Johnny Depp's name for a long time. I know because he won this really high-profile case. The media has kind of been laying off on him now. But when it comes to other such cases, it's going to take, for people who are not Johnny Depp, it's going to take them a long time to repair their lives.
Media that said these things against the men, they pay no penalties. No one pays any penalties for accusing men of the bad thing. And then when the men that were accused of this are set free or found to be innocent, their lives are already ruined. Well, this is the original case, and we're going to talk about it. Let me play this from WRAL, which is the news station in, I think it's Raleigh-Durham area. This is WRAL, and come to find out, yep, the guys didn't do anything, as many expected, and she was lying. And she...
Don't feel bad for Johnny Depp. He left his family for Amber Heard. Oh, yeah, that's true, too. Yeah, I don't exactly feel bad for him, per se. I do think that what happened to him was, wrong. But I also recognize that it's like, yeah, he also kind of made that choice, too. Thanks for reminding me, Zombie Bomb. Duke Lacrosse and Mattress Girl were OG Me Too. Yes, they were. That was kind of that and Harvey Weinstein. So, the one thing that was true was the whole Harvey Weinstein stuff. Guy was an actual fucking monster. But a lot of the other founding Me Too stories are absolutely false.
Finally wanted to come clean 18 years later. And what's the penalty she'll pay for lying and hiding it for 18 years? Nothing. She still was allowed to sell a book claiming that she was innocent, made money off of it. And ironically, she's sitting in jail now because she ended the life of her boyfriend with a pig sticker. Well, anyway, here's the report that came out yesterday.
It's a story that made national headlines nearly 20 years ago. 3 Duke lacrosse players falsely accused of rape. And for the first time, the woman who accused them admits she made it up. WRL's Kelsey Coffey joins us live from Duke's campus this morning. And Kelsey, this is the first time Crystal Mangum has gone on record saying she lied.
Yes, Renee, this morning we're following this new development in a story that shook Duke's campus and the entire nation. Crystal Mangum just admitted that she lied about those allegations years ago. She was recently interviewed from prison and was featured on a podcast called Let's Talk to Kat. For the first time, Mangum says she made the whole thing up. Back in 2006, Mangum was performing as a stripper at a Duke's men lacrosse team party. She claimed that 3 players trapped her in a bathroom and raped her, but her story was inconsistent. Then Attorney General Roy Cooper dismissed all charges against the men, declaring them innocent. In her interview, Mangum says she hopes the players will forgive her and they didn't deserve to go.
Oh, look. Okay, when it comes to something like this, right? False accusations, I believe that is undeniably evil. I don't think she's worthy of forgiveness from the players. I think their lives have, they're just finally starting to recover, at least to my knowledge. And it's largely like hearsay and all that. But I know what I'm about to say might sound like a meme, but this is something I believe in. I don't think the players are gonna forgive her. I think God can if she really starts to repent, and that's gonna take many, many years. She has a lot of sins to repent for. 1, being a stripper. 2, destroying the lives of 3 men. That's many, many years of repentance. Probably way more than Saint Mary of Egypt. I never heard of kingdom before.
Go through what they did.
Anyways.
Now, my question is, if they didn't deserve to go through what they did and you want forgiveness, why did you wait 18 years to issue this formal statement? Not even...
Okay, the whole 18 years thing is, statute of limitations. That's the legal term. Statute of limitations. Now that the case is basically done, especially after, that long, it's like, oh, she could say it, and, yeah, she won't be punished for it. She won't be punished for it. That's why she waited so long. She knew it was... If she had a conscious bone in her body, truly conscious bone in her body, she would have came out much sooner.
Even a formal statement, this casual statement. Why did she wait 18 years? Well, like I said, she's in jail for ending the life of her boyfriend with a gave me the old pig sticker right in the ribs and knife.
Oh, and murder. Oh wait. If she murdered her ex-boyfriend, oh, there's no forgiveness from God. There is no forgiveness from God in that regard. You broke one of the 10 commandments. Probably arguably the most important one. Thou shalt not murder. Straight to hell for you, chica.
Knifed him several times. Why now? Well, because she's coming up on parole in a year, you see. And she's got to show that she's changed her ways.
Durham DA Mike Nifong pursued charges against the 3 players Mangum accused. He was later found guilty of lying about DNA evidence that would have cleared them. Nifong was disbarred.
Let's see. AC says she probably did this because her lawyer told her her best option after being found guilty for murder is to get out for early parole. You knew it, and you called it. Yep.
The players sued Duke University for how it handled their case. That lawsuit was later settled for an undisclosed amount of money, and they also sued the city of Durham. Mangum is now in prison, as Kelsey mentioned, after being convicted of killing her boyfriend, Reginald Day, in 2011.
Now, if you heard her say Nifong, that name Nifong, he was the prosecutor in this case, and he wanted to get a conviction because he was coming up for election. Ironically, he did win his...
Women always do things for their benefit, always a motive. Yep. Gotta learn how to read motives, guys.
A re-election as the
even if that motive is utterly fucking retarded.
Prosecutor. I have that information right here. I copied it down. As the time the allegations were made in March of 2006, Mike Nifong was in the midst of a difficult Democratic primary election campaign to keep his position as Durham County District Attorney, following strong opposition. It was understood that if Nifong lost the primary, he would very likely lose his job. Some commentators have opined that Nifong's
Once again, look at motivations again. That Mike Fong, that Nifong guy, he was might lose a re-election and needed a big case to win. Oh, wouldn't you know? Woman is falsely accusing rape on 3 white men. Oh yeah, that will, if I win this case for her, you know, a black woman, because even back in 2006, the rumblings of identity politics started to happen. You know, if I win this case, I'll basically get reelected because of how well I did. That's his motive. He wants to get reelected.
Prosecution of the Duke lacrosse players and his many statements to the media were driven by his political strategy to attract African American voters. The primary was held on May 6 of 2006, and Nifong won by a slim margin of 883 votes. Results showed Nifong won the primary on the basis of strong support from the black community. Nifong went on to win the general election in November 2006, although by a lower margin than the usual for Democratic candidates in Durham County at that time. On December of 2006, the North Carolina bar filed ethics charges against Nifong over his conduct in the case, accusing him of making public statements that were prejudicial to the administration of justice and heightened public condemnation of the accused, and engaging in conduct involving dishonesty, fraud, deceit, or misrepresentation. And as you heard her say, and it is true, he hid DNA that would have proven that these young men were innocent.
To my knowledge, I believe this guy got disbarred. Like, that's really fucking scummy. Like, if you're outright hiding evidence of, you know, such a crime, yeah, that is the least amount of punishment that could happen, is you get disbarred. You can't practice law again. For that fact, I think he deserves a lot worse than just disbarring. And I believe he did get arrested too, but was let out, unfortunately.
Understand when men say that society oftentimes is against us, and that we refuse to take the hate and the political narrative against them. This is a perfect case of that. Here you have 3 young men that were falsely accused by this woman. The college came out and didn't support the young men. They took many of the administration.
I think it was also around the early 2000s where, maybe not early 2000s, but a little bit in the late 2000s when, especially in the early 2010s, when Marxists have full-on infiltrated the university system in this country. This was also kind of the start of that too, where they really were trying to, you know, universities all over the country are basically trying to do like damage control, so that way something like this could never happen. Even though what happened was entirely false. You overreacted over a false story.
The teachers, the president of Duke University, the other students, they all came out and supported the woman against the men. Why? Because they're men, so they're obviously guilty. News media came out and overwhelmingly didn't necessarily support the woman, but they had the same talk as they always do, how the system is rigged and the men will get off or got off because, you know, they're white or they're male or whatever. For example, when a woman, in this case, is showed photos of her supposed accusers, for every one person she's accusing, let me read the statute here. The U.S. Department of Justice guidelines state including at least 5 non-suspect filler photos for each suspect included. In other words, if there's one lacrosse player, 5 other people that are not lacrosse players that couldn't have been at the event, but they're young and they're white and they're male and they're around the same age, they should be put in the lineup at the same time. Instead of properly doing that, they just showed 46 pictures, which were all Duke lacrosse players. and told her, and they were, most of them were at this party, and told the woman, pick out the 3 of them that did this to you. In other words, anybody she picked was going to be on the Duke lacrosse team, when in actuality, they should have taken the 3 or the 5 that she accused and threw them in with 15 to however many other photos and see if she could pick them out. And as a matter of fact, even one of the pictures that she did say was there of all these Duke lacrosse players wasn't even at the party.
Okay, so let's run that back a little. One of the people being accused wasn't even at the party. Wow. Good Lord, that is some exceptionally corrupt lawyering right there. Like, if one of the guys she accused wasn't even at the fucking party, how the fuck was he able to get accused? Just because he was on the Duke lacrosse team? So you're telling me that you could just be part of a sports team and just accuse any of the players if they had you over because they might have looked like someone else? That is wildly messed up. Our Middle East brothers would have got crystal stoned, and they don't smoke. Somewhere, a woman is accusing Scurvy from a lineup of oranges. Oh, no!
And he had an airtight alibi. The other players, and this is where it starts getting really crazy. And if you, all this information is available on Wikipedia. But basically, people that came out and testified that they had witnessed the lacrosse players at somewhere other than the party, and somewhere where they couldn't have been involved. One was a taxi cab driver. I forget what the other one was. They made statements. Well, they were arrested by the police department for other crimes that had happened, like shoplifting or something, that had happened 2.5, 3 years prior. And the police said to them, do you want to change your story about the lacrosse players? And when the witnesses said, no, I'm standing by my statement, they got charged with crimes.
What the hell is this?
2.5 to 3 years. So not only was the sheriff's department in on it, and the head of the sheriff's department, I keep saying sheriff, it might have been the police.
Jeez, this is like, I wouldn't say next level collusion, because that would involve like really high up people in like the federal government. But there's definitely some collusion going on here. There's some, I think with this case in particular, there's definitely something going on here that I wasn't thinking about like when I was 16, like first learning about this case. Like, why go through all this effort? And then not to mention the woman who's accusing these lacrosse players is also a fucking criminal, a murderer. Yeah, that's making some gears in my brain, go a little bit, grindy. It's making me think, basically. There has to be some motivation here, some collusion. Is it just so the city can look, the city's police and legal system can look better? I mean, I think now that we know all this, I think the system's gonna look pretty bad. But, oh man, I do think there's a deeper reason as to why this whole thing happened. No collusion. The head of chief probably was a regular of the stripper and didn't want her to go to prison since he needs his lap dances. So I actually would not be surprised about that. Cops, they apparently need lap dances now in addition to the fucking donuts. Only God can truly forgive. They should get justice. They won't. That's the thing. I don't think God can forgive a murderer.
Department. But the head of the police department was in on it. The prosecutor hid DNA that would have proven the men innocent. The media came out and basically castigated the men. How do you win when a society is so energetic to make a racial or to make a point to protect women?
They're basically animated by social justice, especially when it comes to colleges, right? They basically wanted to make an example of whether they wanted to crack down on the party culture that was going on, maybe, you know, like I've alluded to earlier, some collusion that was going on between the university, the police department, the legal system in Raleigh. I think it's a mix of all three.
To the point where everybody is lying just to make sure that the men are punished. That's really what makes this case so amazing, is that...
No, God doesn't forgive people who speak against his name. He does forgive people who are murderers if they redeem themselves. Huh. Alrighty. I guess I'm wrong on that. I do remember reading about, like, if you break the Ten Commandments, like, that is kind of speaking against him, but alrighty. I'll take the L on that.
There's always been a little bit of a, well, did the school, did the police, did the judge, did Roy Cooper, who ended up eventually dismissing this case, were they protecting college dudes? Because they were upper crust, you know, Duke college graduates, and Duke is a very prestigious school in North Carolina. Were they really protecting them? Could these guys have done it? Even though there were ATM receipts and a photo on an ATM booth, they showed one of the guys completely across town. Then she changed the story of when it actually happened. She said she got confused, which then...
Oh my good. Oh, okay. If you're changing the story... Okay, if you're changing the story so drastically, to the point where it happened on a different day and time and all that, it's like, you'd better have some damn good evidence then. You just have to. Like, it's not a continuation of a case, right? Like, it's not like, and then the next day, and then the next, and maybe you didn't see the person for a while, all of a sudden you run into them again, right? Like, that's pretty easy to, you know, add on to your case. But retroactively changing the whole fucking story, yeah, you're gonna need some damn good evidence in the court of law.
Would mean that guy's story about the ATM is no good anymore.
But as we all know, this whole fiasco was nothing but a clown show. Just corrupt lawyers and politicians trying to make a point. Trying to make an example of these three young men that were accused of a horrific crime.
Seemed like everything involved with this was really trying to get these guys to look guilty. And again, I lived in Durham at the time, and I remember many of us talking about it, saying, geez, I don't know. Could this be the system protecting the elite? You know, I didn't think of it so much as white and men. I was thinking of it as Duke, and, you know, a lot of people there have the Duke players belong to a lot of money, usually. And is this the upper crust looking after themselves? And that, you know, that did stick with me for a while. Only now, when she actually came out, and I actually have the interview here. Let me pull it up. Here's the Crystal Magnum.
Let's see. Duke Lacrosse accuser admits she was lying. It took a lot of heat 18 years ago calling this out in real time. It was obvious 18 years ago. I remember that. The story was enormous at that time. At least she came clean. Good on her. 18 years too late.
Magnum, I guess her name is. Here she is finally, 18 years after the fact. 18 years after the fact, finally coming clean against these guys.
And I testified falsely against them by saying that they raped me when they didn't. And that was wrong. And
So, I, after 18 years, have to admit that what I told was a lie, and that I just wanted to destroy the lives of 3 young men and continue giving lap dances to a cop.
Betrayed the trust of a lot
That's
of
my
other people who
impersonation
believed
of
in
her,
me.
at least.
And made up a story that wasn't true because I wanted validation from people and not from God. And that
Uh-oh, retard alert! Retard alert, class!
What the hell is this?
Stop it, please, I beg you!
What the hell is even that?
What? What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, people. Hearing that... Ugh. Jesus Christ, man. You wanted validation? That's why you did that? That's why you accused 3 young men of one of the worst crimes you could commit? That's why? You were just feeling a little down and out that day? You decided to falsely accuse them of grape? Oh, my feelings, my feelings. Oh, I wasn't feeling heckin' validated that day. That's why?
I was wrong. And
God,
I hope
damn
that
it.
they can forgive me.
She wanted validation from people. That says it all, doesn't it? How many people today want validation?
A lot of people. I said this before. Validation is like a drug to women. It really is. And especially in the internet age, you know, you do have some who try to get that honestly, that fix honestly. Other times, they're trying to get it the easy way. You know, by easy way, I mean falsely destroying someone's life over a false allegation. Hold on. Destroying someone's life because of a false allegation. Or you could start selling pictures of your tits and asshole on the internet. That's also an easy way to get validation from very horny guys. Both are not good ways to get a fix of validation. Like what's said about easy money fades away. Same with easy validation. Feel good now, feel like shit later. I don't know, if you try to build up an audience the right way and your message resounds with people, and you just so happen to be a woman, it's like, hey, great on you. You got your fix of validation natural, the right way. It's still a drug. Still a drug. I have to add that. It's still a drug. Because you could absolutely get hooked on it and care what a bunch of random strangers have to say a little bit too much. So, has its ups and downs. But this chick was like, you know what I'm going to do to get heckin' validation? I'm just going to accuse a bunch of people of one of the worst crimes imaginable. Yeah, that'll get my fix. Now, this whole thing is just a microcosm of a whole bunch of other stuff. You guys remember when I covered the whole apricot fruit situation? She's another VTuber, notable whore. Cheated on her army husband and got the tar beaten out of her. Was he justified? Arguably so. Arguably, I don't think beating women is right. but she has a history of cheating on him, and he finally snapped. So, take that for what you will. But she wrote this massive fucking document, accusing him of doing bad things to her, being pushy, this, that, and the other. And wouldn't you know, a lot of that was demonstrably false. Somehow V Shoujo didn't drop her. V Shoujo, she's still part of V Shoujo, by the way. No wonder why Kirsha calls V Shoujo V Shouho. She's not wrong. Kirsha is not wrong. She lied about the allegations so she won't seem like a 304 that slept with her clients to date. Yeah, exactly, AC. Hit the nail right on the fucking head.
How many people today want attention for something, not for their accomplishments, for the bad things that happen to them? People down here in the comments, most are saying, I remember that. That was a huge story. One person said, at least she came clean. Good on her. No, it's not good on her. It's 18 years too late. No, it's actually the initial charge, the initial accusation is too late. You've already screwed up. And the fallout from this case was so big, not just for these three guys, because they ended up suing
the whole country, too.
The college. Let me jump back to the main story here.
The whole country. Understand that the fallout affected the whole country. So it was because of this case that Barack Obama changed Title IX from something that was pretty functional, pretty good, actually, to, women being able to falsely accuse men, and the men not even being able to know their accuser. I believe that's a direct violation of a constitutional amendment, where you have the right to know your accuser.
But I testified falsely that they did this to me, and I was wrong. And, again, 18 years too late. But the part of this that is so important that I think is that this was the beginning of why would this woman say these men did it if they didn't, like, why would let me try that again. Why would this woman say that these men did it if they didn't do it? What's she got to gain?
A lot, actually. You'd be surprised. You'd be fucking surprised to see just how much, like, these people have to gain. Once again, this is what happened with Amber Heard. She thought, Johnny Depp richer than me. Even though Amber Heard was still landing roles in Hollywood, funnily enough, like around that time, but she basically just wanted to screw his life over. And in addition to Johnny Depp already kind of screwing his life over by even wanting to date Amber Heard in the first place, but that's another story for another time. The thing is with her, right? She basically just wanted to screw over his life. Get the house, all that. He has nicer things than me. I want to have those nicer things, but I'm already fucking psycho and all that. Maybe she heard from another stripper that you could get more clients if you're in the news, so she figured this was the quickest way. Oh, I mean, then again, stripping is a pretty dirty business, so I wouldn't be surprised if maybe that was the case. Just, accept the call to the Duke Lacrosse house, make up a story, and, more people might visit, even though most immoral people don't go to strip clubs, especially if they're religious. So, ultimately, what was the point of falsely accusing 3 young men of a really horrific crime?
Well, validation. Attention. She just admitted it. So it doesn't matter why women do this. They do it. There was a case where a woman did it, got a couple of guys, it was a white woman. She got a couple of brothers in trouble because she said that they...
Wait, was this, was this, Megan Hall? Yeah, that rat-looking bitch. The Tennessee cop? Yeah, I remember that. I remember that whole thing. She was trying to come off as a victim, even though she was the one to engage those officers who were married.
SA took advantage of her. And come to find out, she actually did it and wanted to do it with the men.
Yes.
But was afraid her boyfriend was going to find out.
Yes.
You know, there's so many cases of this, and nobody ever pays any penalties. By the way, the prosecutor, the district attorney, or the prosecution, what do they call him? The prosecutorial guy, the district attorney. Do you know how long he served in jail for hiding DNA that would have put these guys away for life, or 20 years or whatever?
How many years, Joker?
Do you know how long he served jail time for? 12 hours. 12 hours.
What the hell is this?
12 hours? That tells me, you know, I think, that just tells me. There we go. That was the right button. I didn't mean to press the eye workout button. My bad, boys. My bad.
Hours. He got disbarred. They say a Knight Fong served 1 day in jail for lying about sharing DNA tests, a criminal contempt of court. He didn't give the test results to the defense team. And he said he forgot. He had a weak memory.
A weak memory? You're a fucking lawyer. That's bullshit. Lawyers aren't supposed. Part of the job of being a lawyer is that you're not supposed to have a weak memory. That's why you keep everything neat and organized and files and all that other shit. You're not supposed to forget.
Understand, when men say the system works against us, we're not necessarily talking about public opinion or things like that, although that's getting very bad recently.
Oh, yeah. Like, now that Orange Man is elected president again, it's gonna get worse before it gets better in terms of the hatred of men. I do think that things are going to get not immediately better. It's gonna take some time, but things are going to at least start to heal. He didn't have that weak memory when he prosecuted those men. You're right, Hanok. He sure as hell didn't. He didn't have a weak memory back then. The weak memory is just an excuse for him to hide important evidence that could, you know, have these men be innocent. Which, thankfully, they are innocent. Because the whole case is false.
We're talking about this kind of thing. A woman makes an accusation. There's no DNA, but the prosecutor hides that. There's witnesses that protect the young men, but the police department goes after.
Yeah, that's true. I know Trump is you know, pretty in big with the small hats. I was saying more so on like the cultural, like at least the gender relations between men and women. I think it's too late now. We're noticing the craziness too much, and something's gonna be done about it. That's what I'm thinking here. Obviously, I don't like the fact that a lot of his cabinet is, you know, being funded by the Israel lobby. I think Trump has probably taken some AIPAC money himself, too. I wouldn't be surprised. Probably has. Certainly was shilling Israel very, very hard this year, even though most Jews didn't vote for him, funnily enough. But yeah, I was speaking more so on like the cultural aspect, not necessarily on like the swamp aspect. 18 years and it wasn't even his. 18 years and it wasn't even his. Kanye West.
After them because of the prosecutor. Now, it's not necessarily the police's fault. They may not have known what's going on, but the prosecutor did, and the prosecutor said, do you want to change your story? And when they said no, he said, okay, then we're going to charge you of these old crimes. And ironically, after they got charged of the old crimes, those crimes fell apart. They couldn't get the charges to stick.
Mm-hmm.
This and the reaction, the media reaction. They say here, reactions to the Duke lacrosse case. The case attracted widespread media attention almost from the moment it became public. Among those giving extensive coverage to the matter was Nancy Grace. Before Duke suspended his men's lacrosse team in season, she sarcastically noted on air, "I'm so glad they didn't miss a lacrosse game over a little thing like SA." Why would you go to a cop in an alleged SA case and lie and give misleading information? Well, and now if you know Nancy Grace, she's a complete idiot that used to be on the air. She's kind of like the Rachel Maddow of, 2006.
Yes, an unfunny talk show host from back in the day, I think.
He says, why would you go to a cop in an
I've heard the name Nancy Grace before. I'm not entirely sure kind of where, but I'm glad I at least know the context.
Alleged SA case and lie and give misleading information. We don't know, but she did.
Hiccups.
Well, she says she wanted validation. And WRAL, they were very anti-Duke lacrosse player. Many of them were supporting Nifong. All of this is on Wikipedia, by the way. If you want to actually, this is a very interesting case. I think if you want to if you have 10 minutes to go through this, I'd give it a read. There's reactions to the Duke lacrosse case, and of course, the Duke lacrosse case in and of itself. Go look at this. This is.
I mean, I know Wikipedia isn't the most reliable source of information, but yeah, we could definitely we could get a gist of the case from Wikipedia.
Everything that kicked off the white man bad, the college elites, the patriarchy. It happens in various stages, but one of the initial things, and as a matter of fact, this.
Hey guys, Shekel McGoystein here. Oh, is this VTuber model still going? Well, the Duke lacrosse case really did help us get some of our goals done sooner than anticipated. Like Jeff Keighley sucking on my cock. God damn it, Shekel, what the fuck you doing in here? Get out! Well, sorry, Scurvy. I needed to make a comment on this. Not now.
Case caused President Barack Obama at the time, to change how Title IX works, so that if a woman accuses a man, she doesn't have to show any proof. She doesn't have to go to the police. There doesn't have to be a police report filed. A college woman can blame a college man of SA or whatever else, and
more often than not, she'll not face any punishment for a false accusation. Here's the funny thing too, I actually know somebody who got graped. Like it actually happened, like proof and everything. And what happens when there's a bunch of false allegations, like we see in today's time, what happens is that it makes it harder for, people who actually got graped or SA'd to, press charges, like, get the justice they actually deserve. Like, that's what happens. That's a big consequence of Me Too. Is that now it's harder for actual victims to come forward and to get the justice they deserve. So, what this whole case, basically taught us, like, I wouldn't, we could definitely use it as a teaching lesson now, but at the time this was going on, this was definitely an omen of what was to come. Eventually, something like the Me Too movement was bound to happen after something like this. It was so high profile, like, basically everyone in the States knew what was going on at Duke University on the lacrosse team. Everyone knew. It was a huge story with massive ramifications, and it was also a giant omen of what was to come. I know I'm repeating myself here a lot, but it bears repeating. That way everybody kind of gets what I'm talking about here. If the accusation, I have a feeling it wouldn't have gone so national if that little bit of evidence was there to say that these guys were not guilty. like on a DNA evidence level, that probably would have prevented the case from going, so nationwide. I think it would have just stuck in North Carolina, and we wouldn't have seen, and I don't think that omen of Me Too would have passed. And if it did, it probably would have just been a Hollywood thing. It probably would have just been contained in the industry of Hollywood, and that would be that. That the moment happened, and the moment passed. But nope. That judge, not the judge, the prosecutor. Oh, short-term memory, guys. Memory lapse. Memory lapse, people.
And he's just kicked out of the college. Barack Obama changed Title IX so that can happen. And he changed it because of this case, because of a lie.
Mm-hmm.
The Believe All Women started because of a lie.
Hopefully, there could be a change to Title IX in the future. So it's like, okay, no, you actually need evidence again, as it used to be before Obama changed Title IX.
The Bravo Lima Mike, which this was part of it. Again, if you read down through the whole thing, they'll explain. The Black Panthers showed up and said they wanted to have their own trial for the lacrosse players. This is the beginning of...
I know what they mean by their own trial for the lacrosse players. Basically, a good old-fashioned lynching. That's what they meant. That's right, Hanok. They hate me that I'm the most disturbing ritual committed by the Mormon Church. The Mormons? We ain't talking about no fucking Mormonism.
All of it, and it all was started on a lie. The only person that served any jail time out of all of this about the false accusations and hiding everything was the prosecutor, and it was 24 hours at most. More than likely, it was just the day, a single day. And then he got disbarred, and that was it. That was it. Continue leading your life. And he's male. He's a guy. So let's not pretend that this doesn't happen. Let's not pretend this isn't a big deal. Let's pretend like these movements don't get started off of lies, and they're perpetuated. Still to this day, we have the Believe All Women, and we have the Also Me, and we have all the other movements, and come to find out a lot of it was all propagated on a lie. And men are facing down the barrel of, in some cases, 10, 15, 20 years, and everybody that says they did something that they didn't are not only supposed to...
Do you guys remember, though, the whole Kavanaugh case? Do you want to know how long Christine Blasey Ford waited to, tell her whole story? I think it was like 2 decades. 2 fucking decades. For something that didn't even happen. That's what happened. The whole Kavanaugh thing, that was also a fucking lie. She's not punished for it. At least his life wasn't totally destroyed. He did serve the, what was it, the Supreme Court? I think he might still be on the Supreme Court. Yeah, I forget his position. It's been a little bit since I researched the whole case. But still, now, why now? Is it because he was getting inaugurated? Oh, right. Right, of course it was. Opportunistic bitches, am I right? I believe in hard facts, not subjective, baseless feelings. Yep, I agree.
To be believed, but pay no penalties. Pay 0 penalties when it's found out that they've lied. This is why men need to protect themselves. You need to watch yourself. You gotta be careful of the parties you go to, the people you hang out with, the dates you go on. You have to be careful because the age-old question of, but why would a woman lie about something like this? It's been asked. It's been answered. Hiding from a boyfriend, getting validation, getting attention, getting sympathy. I mean, we're in the sympathy Olympics right now for attention. Protect yourself.
Yep, I agree. That's why I've been going by an alias. when I go out. Yep, that's the case. You gotta protect yourselves, gentlemen. Alrighty, I'll be right back. Then we have a bit of a shorter segment with the Undead Chronic video, so I will be right back. Okay, I am back. Just gonna let VTube Studio get calibrated again. Alrighty, so this one's gonna be a bit more humorous, but just as rage-inducing. We have our next segment from Undead Chronic here. Even trad girls want a 304 phase. What? You say in terms of the alias stuff. Yep, when I publish my book, I'll publish it under my Rexus alias. It's also more cool sounding than my actual name, despite it meaning crown in Greek. I know the Greek word. I'm not gonna say it, but I know the word. You forgot that scurvy nose. You forgot that scurvy nose, Greek. Anyways, let's get started.
Why aren't men dating? Why aren't men dating? Let's talk about why they aren't dating. Let's do an example.
Okay.
From the subreddit marriage from Diaster Dame. She says, and she's a woman, does anyone else, aka do any other girls, regret not being more promiscuous before marriage? As a man with a high body count, I've had a couple times in my life where I was talking to a woman where I was deeply in love with, and I was telling her, I wish you were my first one. I wish I only had it with you. They never understood. They're like, why? I don't get it. Because they were non-virgins. Because they needed it. They needed the attention. They needed the validation.
What did you know? I guess that's a common theme for tonight's stream is attention and validation. Oof. That's why they're doing all the crazy things. That's why the antics continue to get crazier and crazier. It's because they are fishing so hard for attention and validation that they would happily throw away a good relationship just so they could possibly have the chance to get that fix of that drug known as validation.
I don't think I would ever say that to a woman again, because I wouldn't believe it.
I wouldn't say that to a woman, because chances are the woman that I would be with would also be not only just my first, but I would also be her first and only. So, I honestly, I do find your stories, your sexcapades to be rather amusing, Chronic, but I simply can't relate.
Ever again. because my jaded.
The reason why we aren't dating women is because most women today aren't golden unicorns, and most of the golden unicorns left already had children, and they're old enough that they can't have kids anymore. Yeah, well, in terms of the next generation, so to speak, I'm probably gonna wait till Gen Alpha is like 18 or something. Probably find her through like church or something, because the Lord knows I don't want to go back on the dating apps. That sounds like hell.
Scarred heart and schlong has become more wise to the ways of women by having my heart broken multiple times. Really twice, pretty bad, but multiple times. Oh, I got dumped in when I was 16. Oh, I'm upset for a week. Okay, whatever. Back to this post. I love my husband and I love having sex with him and doing other bedroom activities, but lately I've been having these nagging thoughts that I can't seem to get rid of, and they're making me feel extremely guilty.
Oh boy. Oh man, hold on, wait. Actually, before I say anything, I'm reading ahead of the post a little bit. Oh boy.
You should feel extremely guilty. You are thinking like a whore. I met my husband when I was 22, and we got married after 6 years together. Besides kissing, he was my first for everything. I was not his. And I told everyone it's because I was waiting for the right guy, but that isn't entirely true, whore. I mostly never did anything because I was ashamed.
Okay, so the thing is, there's this phenomenon. I think the Titanic, like, if you guys seen the Titanic movie, right? What's that bitch's name? Rose? We're just gonna call her Rose. Rose, in her old age, was like, hey, and there was Chad that I met back on that boat. Hey, he was hot. He had a 6-pack and a 7-inch dong. Yeah, it was Rose. Hey, but Grandma, I thought you liked Grandpa. Hey, who's that fucker? Hey. That's my summary of the Titanic. Rose is the villain of that story. Honestly, I agree. I fucking agree. And it's the same logic that I have that Jenny is the villain of Forrest Gump. Like, seriously, she neither Jenny nor Rose are good people. They just aren't. But the whole thing of what I was trying to get at with the Titanic was like, if you're the one who got away from her, I've actually been that guy before. Not pretty recently too. I have been that guy before. It's like, oh, he gotten away from me. Yeah. She's gonna linger on that. Jenny is the supervillain of Forrest Gump. And in my case, since I've been manipulated and abused, I won't date because I'm paranoid about that, because I don't want that to ever happen again. It happened with my family. It will never happen again. Hey, you're absolutely justified, Rexus. I'm not criticizing you at all. You're absolutely justified in thinking that. If you don't want to get burned, then don't play with the fire. That's perfectly fine reasoning. That's fine too. When women stop being like fire, false allegations, the legal system isn't weaponized against men and all that. Yeah. That's perfectly reasonable.
Of how I looked, and I was terrified of the thought of someone else seeing that. Self-conscious whore. I don't regret finally deciding to give it up to my now husband, and as I did it, because I was very comfortable with him from the start. However, I kept thinking about how I wish I had more experience, or what...
Check. Your flaw is that your friend, chances are, I could tell, since, you're telling your friends, it's like, oh, until I meet the right person. It's your friends. Your friends are horrible. like if they just because they've had sexual experiences before. You know, I've been like this too. Like, at least when I was younger. These days, I don't really think like this anymore. But when I was younger, I was thinking, oh, I was missing out on so much. I was like, if I didn't have sex, like, before marriage, it was just like, oh, I'm missing out. It's like, oh, it's, you know, it's like, oh, it's a great thing, and it's like, yada 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 yada. But now I'm just like, well, the only sexual experience I'd want to have is with the person I'd marry. And tip of advice: if you are going to get married in the West, yeah, you have to make sure it's only through the church. You cannot get a legal marriage. So yeah, instead of giving it to her granddaughter. Wait, she had a man who would have married her, provided for her, but she chose to get zinked out by painted homeless Chad. And she even threw the necklace that was worth millions, which she got from Chad, instead of giving it to her granddaughter. Woman logic.
Could have happened if I hadn't been so stupidly scared and insecure in past relationships.
Okay, so the reason why this whole post was made in the first place, her friends are whores. She was the only non-whore of her friends. This is why you also need to vet her friends. Like, she could be a good girl, but if her friends are raging whores, they're going to pump her full of ideas saying, oh my god, he's such an abuser. Like, he doesn't let you party with us. Oh my god, he's so abusive. Like, just bullshit like that, right?
Imagine me saying, I'm upset I bought Bitcoin in 2010. I wish I had more experience buying stocks in 2010. I wish I spent my money on parties. I wish I spent my money on tire repairs instead of buying Bitcoin in 2010. Women do not understand the value of virginity. They don't.
They really don't. But I know in cultures prior, they understood the value of virginity, but not in today's modern culture. No. They don't understand anything about virginity and why guys want virgins. Most guys don't want, you know, experienced, quote-unquote, women. They don't make good marriage partners. I regret not buying Bitcoin in 2013. I was too young to invest back when I was 13. Or 10. Yeah.
They want it all. If I was this chick's husband and I read this post, I would put I would put a chip in her, like an actual dog chip, so I could track her at any point, at any time, whenever. I would have surveillance on her. Okay, I'm talking about Spynet. This is the most fertile ground for cheating. I wish I had more experience. Let's role play.
God.
I'll do blackface. Call me Tyrone. Good Lord. This is why men aren't dating. This is why men aren't getting married. Even this chick was a virgin at marriage. Or she had a partner. She was a virgin for her husband. And even then, she wants to hoe around. Social media is cancer for women.
That is true. Absolutely true. Like, even for the women I've met recently, social media seems to be like a point of contention. It's like I don't think that's necessarily. I mean, I would say if she wanted to do the whole VTubing hobby with me, I mean, I don't think I wouldn't be opposed. I think there'd probably be frequent collaborations, you know, or whatnot. Like, it's something we could do together. Even if we are just doing our own separate streams too. But for the most part, it's like, if it's like especially if it's Instagram or Snapchat, it's like those are the two TikTok too. I forgot to mention TikTok. Those 3 social media platforms create the most problems for women. Instagram entirely is about gaming female psychology. Instagram understands this, so they're gonna game the algorithm so that way it makes these bitches feel as insecure as possible. Snapchat, it's a bit more than just a messaging app, so to speak, even though it really is just a messaging app with the photo sending function. And then TikTok, oh boy, that's where all the simps really lie. Good lord, the amount of simps a chick could get from TikTok alone, astounding. But okay. But going back to the whole VTuber thing, right? And then even then, I'd probably have a tight leash on her when it comes to like X or whatnot, and I'd also make it explicit that it's like, oh, you're married to me, don't DM, and I'd make sure to have a tight leash on that. Anyways, let's continue.
It's horrible.
Oh, and another reason why I will never date is because my mom got screwed over by her manipulative mother and family. I'm the only good thing that came out of her marriage with my dad. Oh, jeez. Yes. Life must have been rough for you, Rexus. I'm genuinely sorry that happened.
Horrible. I don't care. Men watch porn too much. The reason why this is going to porn this, porn that, porn that.
Porn is a symptom of the larger problem. Like, do you want to know what the problem ultimately is? Well, aside from the small hats. If we're not talking about the small hats here, the other major root of the problem. It's feminism. Ever since the 19th Amendment passed, this was always going to happen. When the anti-suffragettes even predicted this exact situation. And keep in mind, most of the anti-suffragettes were women. They did not want the right to vote. And they knew that as soon as, women were out of the home, okay, shit was gonna go down. The dating problem is one of them. Because now that women are being prioritized for, like big positions or whatnot for diversity, and because women don't exactly date to their equal, they generally always date up. Have fun trying to meet somebody who makes seven figures a year if you're making 6 figures. Good luck with that, chick.
Social media is 10 times worse for women than porn is for men.
That's also true to an extent. Cutting a porn addiction from the stuff that I've read, it's like, that's actually pretty hard to do. But a woman getting off of social media, that's basically really hard to do. Unless you're basically trying to deal with world of t-shirts, trying to not be an alcoholic anymore. That's the challenge that's the challenge you're basically dealing with.
Absolutely. It ruins them. Disgusting. This chick is disgusting. Let's read some comments here. People won't like it, but marriage is already functionally over. Her fear of missing out won't fade, and she will cheat. She's already talked herself into the idea that somehow she deserves it. Yeah.
Billy Pratt is also a pretty based guy.
I deserve to cheat. I deserve to get different schlong.
I deserve to have... once again, I don't think it was her that necessarily had the idea. Once again, the sisterhood works like a hive mind, but also like a den of thieves. There is, but unlike most den of thieves, there is no honor among these thieves. These these people, these women, I should say, they basically have, they want to be supportive of their quote unquote sisters, but they also want to sabotage them if she is with a man that they want. That's how the sisterhood works, fellas. Men would never watch porn if they got a virgin feminine wife who will not divorce them every time she feels like it. Base comment. Yeah, Hanok, you are 100% correct. Also, the big reason why a lot of married men watch porn and are subbed to OnlyFans, and I'm speaking of married men here, that largely has to do with the fact that the wife is not intimate with them anymore. If housewives, if you don't want your man to waste your fucking money on OnlyFans or to watch insanely degenerate pornography, he needs to put it in. He needs to thrust in and out until the zinc comes out on a semi-frequent basis. Now, he's more than willing to be patient, when it comes to stuff like, pregnancy, or, maybe you're actually sick and not the quote-unquote, I have a headache, that can be cured by dick, by the way. Oftentimes, I've learned this before, if you have a headache, sex can actually be a great way to help alleviate it. AC says, I once had a chick that was amazing, very sexually compatible. I forgot corn existed at all. Literally remembered about it after she and I ended. Hell, honestly, if you two are, sexually compatible, both raw desire on both of your ends, it's you're not gonna ever need to watch porn or even jack off ever again. You're not gonna have to do that anymore. I mean, I know when it comes to pregnancy, that's gonna differ a little bit. You can only stick it in so much before you really can't. But I will say that and of course gotta have a little bit of recovery time too, especially when a newborn is involved. You really do have to kind of tend to their needs, but even then, still, as long as you, the woman, are not being distant to your man, and even then, intimacy doesn't just have to be sex, It's I don't know, just be all over him sometimes, that helps. That's a form of intimacy. Kiss him, tell him that he feels needed and that you want him, that. That's a way you can that's a way he won't fall into such degenerate vices. And also for the guys, you guys aren't getting off the hook either. If you feel dissatisfied, you don't have to be a bitch about saying, why aren't we being intimate anymore? It's I would personally say it's hey, you have. It's yeah, let's be in. Hey, let's cuddle up or something. And it doesn't even. You could just say let's just cuddle up or something. It doesn't even have to end in sex or whatever, but at least show something that it's you're he's valued. I don't need kisses. I need head every day. Damn, Hanok, damn. Yeah, BJs aren't Scurvy's thing, by the way. Yeah, cuddle. Yeah, still, you guys get my point. You gotta, us guys, we have an itch for intimacy. Damn, Hanok.
Yeah, whatever. Have fun. Have fun, bitch. Okay. And so men are reacting. Here we go. Boyfriend says he will still make me split bills if he.
Oh, I remember seeing this when it was trending on X. I was laughing my ass off. That's a good thing though, honestly. Boyfriend says he will still make me split bills if he's making 300K and I'm making 50K. Yeah.
He is making $300,000 a year and I'm making 50. Right now, my boyfriend of 10 years makes 115K and I make 47K.
Yeah, I'm with you, Rexus. I'm with you on that.
And bills are evenly split except for a $37 discount per week in exchange of 1 hour of house cleaning on my part. I thought about it and I feel like it would be better for things to be more proportional so we could live a similar lifestyle. I've been going to food banks to afford rent in Seattle, where he insists on living because it gives him access to a high-paying tech job and his family and friends are close by. I have no family or friends in my nearby. My monthly rent is $1,600 after a $150 a month discount in exchange for cleaning, which is financially irresponsible given my income level. We split the test of the.
I don't like BJs. I can't trust a chick that at any given moment can chomp. Because she thought I cheated on her with a photo of herself from when she was younger / less weight. Getting a little bit in the perverse category here.
Utilities, bills right down the middle.
That is funny, though.
We're already living a different lifestyle. He spends hundreds of dollars on a gym membership each month, for instance, which isn't in my budget. I don't care. Like, here's 2 paragraphs of a woman's problems. I don't care. Find a better man. I don't care. There's enough simps out there that will let you live in Seattle and won't make you pay anything. Why is she with the dude making $115K a year, making her pay all this money? Because he's tall, because he's jacked, because he's Chad.
Go figure. Go figure.
Yes, kid.
He's good looking. And once again, guys also, guys are not as stupid as the media likes to make us out to be. If we know a chick has, there are some guys who are not the most moral people in the world who will absolutely use, so to speak, a chick because he knows that, she's experiencing like raw attraction towards him. And she'll agree to practically anything because he's attractive, he's Chad, Tyrone, whatever. And the guy, he's just like, hey, she doesn't mind, and she's a warm body for me to stick it into too. That's probably what he's thinking.
Okay, so a bitch complaining about Chad treating her like a man when she lives like a man, acts like a man, dates like a man. I don't care. I hope tens of thousands of dollars of rent I didn't collect on bitches living with me. I will never do that again. Honestly, I probably would never live with a woman again because, well,
that's smart, Chronic.
Can't trust them.
Yeah, that's the thing about cohabitation. It's like, and I still kind of advocate for it, especially if you got her pregnant one night or something. And it's like, well, let's stick together. But yeah, generally speaking, it's best not to stay with each other unless you're married or if you are cohabitating, have kids. And even then, that cohabitation should happen because you got her pregnant and, you get the DNA test and everything. It proves that you're the father. You could do that pretty early on, too, by the way. So there is no excuse. There's no excuse not to get a paternity test. If you're planning to cohabitate, let her move into your house. Don't move in with her. Yeah, that's also pretty wise too. And don't put her name on things. And I know, once again, this is largely dependent on states, Like, I know the state that I'm in has pretty lax cohabitation laws. There's other states that also have pretty lax cohabitation laws. But other states like California, New York, they're going to be pretty stringent about cohabitation. And it's like, oh, you guys are basically legally married. I just got a hard copy of Space Marine 2. I like Saber Interactive, but the only thing I don't like about it is that the IP is owned by Games Workshop. Yeah, that's the sad thing about Warhammer. Fucking British people, am I right? Anyways, let's wrap up this video.
I don't care that Chad makes you pay rent.
Neither do I.
Boo-hoo, bitch. Boo-hoo.
Wait, I have the perfect button. I have that perfect button. Where is it?
Oh, you gonna cry?
Yeah, I don't care.
Oh, you gonna cry?
Men aren't dating. Men aren't getting married. And the men that do date are Chad and Tyrone, and they know for a fact that they have options, and so they treat women like this. Should women be treated like this? On average? No. But on average, should women only...
Putting your name on things actually won't matter much in the end. If you could prove you paid the rent and the bills all on your own. Gotcha. I see, Zombie Bomb. I got you.
Chase the top 20%? No. And so, if she's a 6 and she's dating a 9, fuck it. I don't care. It's the cost of getting Chad. That's the Chad cost.
The price to pay when you're getting fucked by Chad.
Oh, you gonna cry?
The CCC. The CCCCC. The Chad Cock Carousel Cumulated Cost. And you'll pay it. You've been paying it already. Shut up.
Alrighty, so that was that video from Undead Chronic. Pretty good as always. Anyways, let's get to, where are we? Crap, I think I was trying to find something, Yeah, give me a little bit of a moment to find a thread or something. Also, let me just check my Twitter notifications. Something might have popped up. Never mind. I'm pretty sure I might find something. Oh, perfect timing. Thank you, Andrew Wilson. Thank you. Okay, let's get started. Let's get started with this right here. So, last night I got pretty drunk, as per usual, and I was on Twitter. So I have this tweet from this Taylor Vahey chick. She's literally my age. I've interacted with her before. She says, I've been dating only older men, but going to experiment with going on dates with some a bit younger. This may work better. Men too much older than me have been very bossy, controlling, and less attractive. More aged and more scornful of women. More baggage from failed past relationships. New wheelhouse. Ages 21 to 29. Now, I've made fun of her before, saying that it's like, oh, you're not a virgin, so where are you to make these demands? Oh, I have interacted with chicks on this platform before. It's aside from like Celestium and some of the VTubers I've chatted with. If we're talking about non-anime women, yeah, I've interacted with them before too. So here's my response. Sorry, got something in my eye. Lamau, you think older men act like Abba from Guilty Gear, like others have called you out on. You do not like the rules he set. Older guys don't have time for your bullshit. Fall in line or fuck off. That's how they work. Let's see, I got another response too. I actually did get a reply from Spartan. Yep, smart dudes. No time for female fuckery. Y'all aren't equal to us. Comply or goodbye. Don't like it? Cool. Go find some little bitch who follows you. Well, okay, never mind. This guy does not agree with me. But that's what happens. That's what older guys, that's how they work. They're like, especially if they're wise enough to the game. Like, she thinks just because they don't want to be in a relationship with her because she's too bossy and bitchy and like, oh no, I don't like that. It's like, no, of course it's going to cause friction. These guys are older than you. They actually know what they like. Like, they know what they want in a relationship. They know what they like. It's like, no, you fall in line with them. And that's also what I've learned, you know, like going out or whatnot. Like, ever since going to grad school, like going out, the younger women understand this. They're on my time. I'm not on theirs. They're on my time. I choose to be there. I don't have to be there if I don't want to. But I'm going to be there, well, simply because I want to. So once again, they're on my time. And then she replies with, "You fuck off, tough guy." And I was just like, whoa, bitchy attitude here, aren't we? She thinks she's a boss babe. Yeah, she does. She thinks she's documenting her dating troubles on X. Of course she's a fucking boss babe. Even if she's like, oh, my Christianity, my red pill. Then I replied with, aren't you 24? I'm literally your age. The younger women I've talked to understand the principle I just outlined. They're on my time. However, I'm not forcing them to be part of my life. I'm sure the older men weren't doing the same thing either. They weren't forcing you. That's the thing. Older guys understand the principle of frame. If she wants to be part of his life, like, you know, she has to be part of his frame. He's not going to fucking change. He's not going to fucking change. Unless he wants to. That's how those guys work. They are the valuable ones in the relationship. The guy is the prize. But let's keep going through this thread, because it's pretty fucking funny. Occasion says, a guy I follow, recommend you give him a follow too. Serious question. How does someone who has a bachelor's in entrepreneurship, 115 business plans, claim to be an innovative thinker, manage to overcomplicate and make a complete shit show out of dating? If the female predecessors in your family dated like you, your lineage would have ended long ago. Get your act together. You're kind of looking a little manly there, too. Ooh. Let's see here. Pinned tweet. Dear world, if you make me rich and famous, I will do so much good. My goal in life is to become a self-made billionaire by building many businesses that profoundly change the world for the better. Hashtag manifesting. Oh my god. Wow. And she says, shut the fuck up. Wow, what a way to respond to my pal right there. Wow. Yeah. I hate how Hell of a Boss fans think the show is... Oh, wait. Entrepreneurship. Nah, I don't know what she's doing. She's not gonna get a man like that telling other guys who are pretty high value, mind you, to shut the fuck up. I'm just living, man. If by living you mean dating with no intention or direction, then I couldn't agree more. Oh, there's direction. So much direction. Booming direction. This chick is she's a moron. Oh my god. Using the word, this is how I first found out about this thread. My pal Jay says, using the word controlling instead of saying enforces rules and boundaries is a red flag. Okay, well, it wasn't rules and boundaries. It was controlling vibes. Again, I repeat myself. What women call controlling almost never is. You probably just don't like a man being that direct. Well, I'm so fascinated that you were on the date with us and could give me such a great advice on this specific encounter. You may be right, but usually controlling isn't really controlling. It is what it is. Kind of conceited on your point there, my friend. If that were me, I would just say, well, I wasn't on that date, so I could only make inferences based on what you said on here. That's what I would say personally. Breaking news: Scurvy, apparently a British NHS worker. Damn it, Hennock. Her entrepreneurial skills. Oh, breaking news: Scurvy. A British NHS worker got raped and yeeted by their cultural enriched Somali brother. Her entrepreneurial skills is basically taking schlong, the oldest profession still at work. Those are two different comments, by the way. Wow. Translation: Feminism told me. Oh wait, let me play some music. Let me play the music again. And actually, let me put on something a little different. Where is it? Let's see. Oh wait, where is it? There we go. Okay. Translation: Feminism told me I can be a boss ass bitch babe, and men will like it. Come to find out, my natural attraction to men older than me don't like it. I won't change because feminism is glued in my brain. I'll date younger to get a thrill of control since I can't older. I don't like older men. What part did you not understand? Oh, you do. You just don't like the part that they don't play with your feminism bullshit. You can act all nonchalant all you want with you getting cooked by everyone right now. Only thing feminism did was give the men an easier fuck/toss and take seriousness more clear. I did not like them. In fact, 15 out of the 16 dates I told them there wasn't a connection, and you're assuming there was sex. You sound like a Every time they disagree with a man, they always say that he's ugly or has a small dick. Every fucking time. Didn't assume sex. Simply said feminism gave men an easier sex only or take seriousness. It didn't give you women the key to act like a man and still get a man. Now I'm a loser. Took long enough out of the feminism book. Woo! Spicy.
Denied.
Yeah, Taylor, you got denied right there. Whew. Lamau, they don't want you. I don't care that you rejected 15 out of 16 of them. I don't give a shit. Rejected doesn't mean shit. Most men just want to have sex. That doesn't mean you have sexual prowess. It means you found 16 total desperate dudes, because you're a 4 with makeup and a 3 without it. Work on that. Ah! I kind of agree. What was the old wheelhouse? 24 to 45. Woo! 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 Okay, let's see what this sip has to say. Young men are going to be more video game, Instagram, and porn orientated. Many are also less masculine now because of cancel culture and other influences from Hollywood and mainstream media.
What the hell is this?
So it looks like you're just a boomer. Simp. Women dating only older men is a huge red flag. You people say everything is a red flag. Not massively older than me. 25 to You're 24, okay, chick? 45 is pretty old. I don't have a problem with that, so to speak. But, oh my god. That, you two do have a lot of, quite the experience gap, I'll say. If you're 25 and 45, but you're trying to get on par with him, that's a massive fucking mistake on your end, Taylor. It really is. Oh, good luck, and I'm just saying 27. Dude, you're better than this. You're better than trying to simp for used meat. Your bio, oh, it's from a base guy. Your bio and usage of controlling and bossy means you don't understand men. You've also give away the fact that you want a bitch-made beta that you can control and that will worship you. Stop and ask yourself why older men are the way they are. They have experience, and by experience, like actual experience. 25 is grandma area, yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next thread, unless I find something. That's weird. Ugh. So, we have a post here from Andrew Wilson. Kind of a frenemy of, you know, the warband. Rival, one could say, you know, if we're gonna use shonen anime terms. Reposted a post from iHypocrite, or LP. Peter, I don't want to hear about your 2 jobs, university internship, dead parents and dead uncle, and one living related soul who is a sick old lady, financial struggles, loss of your house, and your scooter that got demolished in a car accident. Why didn't you show up to my play? I have to fuck Chad now. Bye. I mean, yeah, I have my own criticisms of Andrew Wilson. Mainly the fact that he did marry a single mother. At least his own, the number of kids that he had with her outnumbers, you know, the previous ones. Probably are planning on having more, actually. But, anyways. Young women when the world doesn't revolve around them. That's abusive. That's fair enough. But let's respond to the 4chan post first. So, if you don't know who this is Mary Jane from the Spider-Man series. Do you want to? So, if you don't know, the reason why Mary Jane was a character in the first place was because Peter's life was so like downtrodden. You know, dead parents, dead uncle. You know, everything just started to suck for him. But the one thing that kind of kept him going was that he had a hot girlfriend. That's basically it. Like, Mary Jane is the reason why Spider-Man hasn't committed suicide. But now I do kind of like how her character is being, like, you know, to an extent, like, at least in terms of this 4chan post, which is how a lot of guys view Mary Jane these days. You know, from all the modern adaptations of Spider-Man. Yeah, Mary Jane from the Spider-Man animated series, like, yeah, she was a good character, like, a proper Mary Jane, like the original comics were. But in a lot of modern interpretations, I mean, if you've seen how Spider-Man 2 handled her character, it was really awful. But anyways, getting to my point here, she absolutely would do something like this, like, I have to fuck Chad now, bye, because, like, she's always yelling at Peter, like, you know, she's always like, oh my god, you're not good enough for me, you suck, I hate you, you're gay, or just bullshit like that, you know? Now we could scroll down to the comments. Yeah, don't get it. She was clearly a baby fresh out of high school. The only way for her to find herself, quote unquote, could have been her thinking about her place in the world while sitting on that Giga Chad cock. This movie must have played a role in men's modern symptom. Laughing my ass off, woman logic. Yeah, that's true. I would take Ursula any day, but Spider-Man is a simp. Most insufferable version of Mary Jane. They really should have rewritten her character because it was so bad. And Mary Jane, this version of her, is the modern woman. Holy shit, that is true. That is fucking true. Spider-Man was not enough for Mary Jane. She took Harry Osborn schlong because Peter didn't give her attention. I rewatched this specific Spider-Man trilogy recently, and this MJ was insufferable, horrible character. One of the reasons people like this movie, it portrays women in a realistic way. Yeah. Okay, let me find another thread, and then we'll get to our next proper segment. Scroll up. Ooh. Let's see. Oh, perfect. Let's go to, let's find something from Spoon. Yo, John Isaac, how's it hanging, man? It's been a while since I last saw ya. Just trying to find something for Spoon, from Spoon's page. Nothing from Spoon. I'm just gonna find my home page or something. Boy. When it's hump day, remember to tag 3 big dick ass dudes. Yo, it's hump day. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Oh boy. Let's see. Nuclear. Hold on. Nuclear Caudillo. Oh man. Oh, this isn't exactly related to the show, but I thought this was funny. It has to do with one of the cows that I've covered. Not Nuclear Caudillo. I covered him on the show before, but he is dating Pearly Things. He is dating Pearly Things. If you don't know anything about Pearly Things, she is a non-virgin who, dates basically, guys like him. He's not unattractive. I wouldn't say that. That would be unfair to him. He has biceps, I can tell. Legs too. In shape, but Pearl? Why are you going after Pearl? You could be doing so much better than Pearl. And then she says, oh, yeah, she's cute. And then, he says, apparently. So what are your guys' thoughts on this? What are you guys' thoughts on Caudillo here dating Pearl? I'm not gonna say, oh, what are you guys' thoughts on Pearly Thing's new boyfriend? Nah, that's gay as fuck. I said it like I said originally. What are your thoughts on Caudillo dating Pearly Things? What are your thoughts on this? I'll give you my thoughts. Caudillo, get out while you can. I don't think she's gonna give you children. Anyways, let's scroll down a little. Pause some Korean video. Bro can do better than this. I agree. I think he could definitely do better than this. She's starting to reach up there in age. Let's see. I actually know generic white bitch. Pretty cool. Who knows? Maybe this might work out. Of course, you have the white nationalist simps. You have the white nationalist simps that are like, no, not again. Pearl, stop race mixing, for crying out loud. Those guys are ultimately simps at the end of the day. They still want someone like Pearl. Now, you have a bunch of groypers who are just so mad. Like, why are they mad about a non-virgin whore getting with another non-virgin? Why are they so mad? It doesn't make any sense. Pearl, don't... Oh, lordy. Man, the amount of people that... Wow. Wow. So many... I think I follow this. No, I don't follow this guy. Followed by Fats. There's a similar account. Because she's a white queen. Dress is too short, not fit for somebody who wants to be a wife. Just another 304 farming for internet clout. Hey, I don't deny you. I don't deny you, Runic Peaches. I don't deny you. I don't deny you on that. Once again, if I don't think Pearl knows a thing or two about Orthodox dress. This is a little much in terms of the legs. A little much. That's why I wouldn't exactly trust a chick in a sundress. It's not Orthodox enough for me. Orthodox Christian, I should say. And some of the Orthodox people I follow, they've been sharing pretty interesting pictures about just Orthodox dress in general, and I'm just like, my cold heart has melted. I mean, she's a liberal with a rich papa. Yeah, no shit. Let me scroll up so you guys aren't looking at her non-existent tatas. And of course she's drinking wine. Speaking of drinking. Anyways, I think that's enough of looking at Twitter for now. So let's get back to the video here. Well, we have another one.
It's no secret.
This is a video I found literally today. I was so conflicted whether or not I would be doing the show tonight. I thought my twin brother would be stopping by, so I had to kind of prepare for the possibility that he would. But I'm glad I found this video when I did from Virtual Brother. Thank you, my guy. You saved the show. Actually, before I do start this next segment, I will check my Twitter notifications again, because I got 3 during the whole thing. Yay! My Oshi liked my post! Kirsha, if you don't know. Kirsha. She's one of my Oshis. Anyways, let's get back to the video here. Scurvy, you chose the wrong video. I chose the wrong video. Well, I mean, I did watch it while I was sleeping in bed earlier, but it's all right. It's all right. I have my thoughts on it. Check the Gotlock video. I wanted to send you that video. It's really... Send it to me on Discord or something. I don't think... If it's that messed up, I don't think I'm going to watch it here. Alrighty, so we have this video here from Virtual Brother called Women's Obsession with 6-Foot Men.
It's no secret. Short men find it hard to date in a world where women drop their panties for a man over 6 feet.
Honestly, that's kind of true. I mean, as somebody who is 6'2", I've gotten away with a lot of shit that I shouldn't have because I'm tall and have a good looking face. Even if I'm been packing on the pounds as of late and talk about VTubers.
How tall does a guy have to be to date you?
Like 6'5". Yeah, 6'5". Like
6'5". Oh my god. Okay. I don't mean to interrupt the video so soon, right? I don't mean to interrupt it so soon. But I think this is important. Female delusion calculator. We're going to look at the female delusion calculator. Yep. Okay, so we have ourselves here the female delusion calculator. What are the chances of finding the man of my dreams? So we are going to go exclude married. So we're going to go from 25 to 45. We're going to go with what that Taylor chick said. 25 to 45. Any color or shade. For race, we're going to go with any color or shade. Minimum height. 6'5". We're going to go with what that Asian chick said. For minimum income, we're going to go 100K for now. You know, that's 6 figures. Scurvy is just mad he doesn't meet their standards. No, I meet their I do meet their standards because once again, girl math. Oh yeah, minimum height. We're gonna exclude obese. They expect a 6-pack too. Okay. 100K. Let's find out. According to statistical data, the probability of a guy of the U.S. male population ages 25 to 45 meets your standards is 0.038%. And the delusion score is 5 out of 5. You don't belong on this planet. So the Asian girls at the start of that, they are undeniably delusional. Check your DMs. Okay, yeah, I have some time. Oh, Gorlock's dating show after everyone rejects it. Oh, it's from that Jew, Aiden Ross. I see. I thought you were talking about something like actually horrific, not something funny. But anyways, going back to those Asian chicks. Oh my god. And I have a feeling this is gonna be the same thing. But even worse.
6'7".
Oh wait, hold on. The other, okay, some other chick said 6'7". 6'7". Are you guys seeing this? 6'7". Yeah, Yao Ming, literally Yao Ming. That's what these Asian bitches want is Yao Ming. So what you're telling her is that she has a chance. It rounds up to 0. AC, it rounds up to 0.
6'2". 6'6". Yeah, like 6'7".
Height. It's
Scurvy is mad he isn't 6'7". I'm 6'2". Look, I'm just reacting to the fact that these bitches don't know how tall is. Shaq and Yao Ming aren't gonna look their way. Correct, Henna. Correct.
one of those things you can't change, yet it seems to play a huge role in how we're judged in the dating world.
What is the ideal height for a boyfriend?
6'5".
6'4".
Delulu. Delulu.
Uh-oh, retard alert. Retard alert, class.
4?
Yeah.
You want a guy that's 6'4".
Wow.
Well, above 6'4".
Above 6'4".
Yeah.
Wow.
Basically, if you're under 6 foot, I don't want to talk to you. Like,
okay, that
Four.
Look.
Yeah.
Basically, if you
Look, Scurvy likes redheads, but this isn't gonna cut it for me. Her eyes aren't blue, and she's probably a non-virgin.
You're under 6 foot, I don't want to talk to you.
Like, if you can eat my pussy while I'm standing up, then we have a problem.
That one too. She smokes and is a non-virgin. Yeah, no, pass.
So what happens if you see a guy that's like 5'8"?
Oh, I don't even look.
If somebody said to me, would you rather be with like a short king who's 5'5" and treats you amazing, or would you be with a toxic man who's 6'3"? At this point in my life,
how tall are you, bitch?
I would be like, how toxic?
How toxic? And look, apps like Tinder and Bumble haven't made things any easier. If you are, say 5'8", and decide to go on dating apps, you'll swipe right all.
Hey, now let's not make fun of the itty bitty titty committee, all right? Scurvy likes those girls a lot, mainly because they're so soft and squishy. But that aside, I wouldn't say they're men. It's like, I can at least appreciate a girl with the small cup size. A girl could not appreciate a short guy. She just can't. And I know, that's the thing. Guys, when it comes to the ladies, we can appreciate the things that she can't change. You know, like her cup size. Believe it or not, ladies, guys act at like all different sorts of physiques. Oh, God damn it, AC. No, that's not the reason at all. That's not the reason at all. Also, the women that I've liked with smaller than C cups, they were pretty feminine, if I say so myself. It's like they had long hair, like all that, like they had a puniti. No, we're not AC. We're not talking about weight gain or plastic surgery. We're talking about like genetics here. And we're learning that maybe you shouldn't change your cup size because of, societal bullshit. Same thing with height.
All day. But guess what? Most women won't even bother swiping back.
I'm on Tinder.
Scurvy likes... Hey, God damn it, AC. I mean, I like voluptuous women with big tits too, but at the same time, it's like I still think I still like the watering boards out there. That's just me.
Not currently, but when I was, if you're below 6 foot, swipe.
My God, look. The way that this chick has her hand on his body, she wants him. I like big butts and I cannot lie. The bigger they are, the harder I try. I have started to gain an appreciation of a chick with a fat ass. I'm not an ass guy, but I understand that there is some biology behind it, and I appreciate it. Land whales? I don't like land whales. They gotta be petite, Hanok.
Left.
Oh my God, he's shorter than me. He said he's 5'1". Oh no. Okay, Franco, 5'7". Damn, that's 2 inches taller than me, which means you're actually my height.
That means you're 2 inches taller than me, which means you're actually my height. That's because you probably wear heels, bitch.
No. I can't get with it. I'm sorry.
I can't get with it.
I'm gonna give you a 1. He's 5. I'm
one?
sorry.
He's like a 5. I don't know how short he is. He's at least a 5.
I'm gonna give
He's
you
like
a 1.
average.
He's
fine.
5'6". We don't discriminate. We kind of do, but we don't.
This guy said, "Hey, Ola, you're a 10."
Okay.
Wait, look at his profile first to see how he responds. He goes,
Oh my God, he's average height. Oh my God, that's so bad. Oh no, he's a 5'9". And even then, 5'9" is honestly not that short. There's not that much of a difference between 6 foot and 5'9". That's called bitch math, says
That's what my
Ghost
friends
Nut.
call it. Oh, he's 5'9", sorry.
Oh, 5'9", that's a little short. You're 5'9".
You bitch.
Should I say that? That's funny.
He's conservative and 5'6".
Ooh, he's conservative and 5'6". Chances are he's probably ripped as fuck.
Pick a struggle.
Seems like it.
Okay, so next up.
Being conservative is a struggle? God damn, the black community is so fucked. They should ask how tall their dads are. Ooh. But then again, these women are so hypergamous they actually would date the dad, even if the dad is married. But at least the dad would say no.
We got Malik. Already off the bat, I see that he's 5'5", and I don't like that. You're really short. Because I just feel like as a man, why are you like 5'9" and shorter?
Let's be blunt. If you're under 6 feet tall, your dating prospects drop significantly.
In the West, if you're 5'9" and you move to like Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, the Philippines, like places like that, it's like your chances are gonna improve drastically. But you know, dating overseas has its own issues. I'm not gonna deny that. As somebody who might go down the passport bro route in the future, then like there's issues with that. Every country has their own problems with dating and all that. You just have to be, you know, you just have to be careful. You have to be wise. You can't think with the little man downstairs. Even if you are 5'9", you'll still have an advantage over the local guys. It's just and especially if you're white. But the thing is, you still have to be careful. Just because you're getting attention doesn't mean it's good attention. Doesn't mean it's the attention that you're gonna get from the person you'll marry, who is actually religious and, you know, will appreciate you for you, so to speak. So long as you provide, which is gonna be pretty easy if you're working remote.
Women wanting tall men is a social stereotype.
What is the most petty reason you broke up with someone?
Probably because they're short. I can't do
Oh! Ugh!
Ew.
No!
Ew. Ew. Ew.
Well, hey Chronic, you have a new bitch to fix.
Short. I mean, I just can't be with a short man. That's embarrassing.
Look at Piggy right here.
I can't be running around with like a little elf next to me. It's just not good.
I'm 5'6" with a 6'5" personality.
Oh, hello. I'm Vegeta. And, well, I'm 5'1", but I can't tell guys. But I think guys who are 6'2" are too short for me.
So that means that anybody who is under 6 feet is shorter than me.
What is the biggest turn-off?
Guys under 6 foot.
Yeah.
I don't know, just grow taller, honestly.
If I wear heels and I'm towering over you, it's hard for me.
How tall are you?
5'2".
What's the minimum height that you would date?
6'2".
Why is that?
Why?
Yeah.
So I had to.
Hey fatty, you're not gonna get with me anytime soon. You're a non-virgin and you're too fat for me.
Say it.
Okay.
I like to be thrown around. I have a man right now that spoils me, but I don't want to date him. Why not? He's 5'6". I don't even want to touch him, so. Oh, okay. So yeah, he's just buying me like Cartier, and I'm like, thank you.
Oh, so I have a feeling you're lying to an extent. I think he's pounding you out. I have a feeling, even though he's 5'6" and is making money, you're lying to make yourself look good on the camera. That's also a thing too. It's called the halo effect.
You.
Short men are often boxed in as the funny friend, or worse, overlooked entirely. Not to mention these pop the balloon videos that have been going viral for the past year.
The thing is, I don't know why these guys aren't trying to get with the host. It's like, clearly, I mean, hey, you look down here, she has a little bit of bobs and cleavage. I don't know why these guys aren't trying to get with her, and, you know, all these other whores are just lined up, and it's like, oh, wow, You're too short for me. You're dark skinned. Your sense of fashion's all off.
Even the above average height men are getting rejected on there.
All right, so what do we end up popping his?
How tall is he?
The only thing is, I understand I'm short. I get that. I am pretty short, and I'm shorter, you know, but it's just you're short too. So,
how short is he?
That's it.
Okay. Right. And how tall are you?
I'm like 4'11".
Oh my God. Okay, and how tall are you again, Eddie?
5'9".
5.
Woo! Once again, remember, there's a big difference between 5'9" and 4'11". I would know. There's a big difference between 6'2" and 4'9".
5'9".
Yeah.
Okay.
I know, but you see, like.
See what?
You can look over your head.
Yeah, but I can't, like, you know,
so
look up.
Like tippy toe.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Eddie. And now, is he someone that's your type?
No. No.
Okay, and why not?
Oh my God.
Height.
These bitches are thinking their hair is part of their height. No. That's not true. Your hair is not part of your height.
Mainly.
Okay.
That might be an issue.
Too short?
We about the same height.
What? I'm 6 foot.
Oh.
What?
How tall are you?
5 feet, but in these heels, I feel like I'm giving a little bit taller.
No.
I'm 6 foot. You know that, right?
Stop wearing heels, ladies. You won't have so much of an ego trip.
Yeah, I'm 6 foot.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Name and age, and why'd you end up popping your balloon?
Kanaya, 26. I popped it because the height. It's not like, these are like the shortest heels I have. And I kind of feel insecure when I'm like really, really tall. And it's something I got to work on. But I feel like we kind of.
Then don't wear heels, you dumb bitch.
Like neck and neck. And I don't know.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'5.5", but my heels be like 6-7 inches.
I'm 6 feet.
Oh, what?
I'm exactly 6 feet.
I don't know. You look a little tiny to me.
I am.
I mean, sorry, not tiny, but we look like the same.
I'm 6 feet. I'm 6 feet for sure.
My name is Kamina, and 27 years old.
And Kamina, what do you do?
I am a real estate assistant. It's also the height for me.
What? Out of all the comparisons so forth, this is the most notable. He towers over her.
But you are very handsome, and I like your style.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and your eyes too.
Yeah, he has biceps on him too.
It's not this.
Got a whole list.
I
Okay, and how tall are you? Because he looks like he's towering over you.
I'm 6 feet
It's
tall.
because I have. You're. Well, yeah.
Right. So how tall are you? He said he's 6 feet.
I'm 5'1".
I'm 5'1". I'm 5'1".
Maybe because I have heels on, maybe I feel a little taller, but yeah.
Good Lord, these bitches are just so petty. It's insane. You are not, like, okay, if we go back to the female delusion calculator, we're going to go back. We're going to go back to it. We're going to go new search. So we're going to still keep the same age range, exclude married, same race, minimum height. We're going to go 6 foot, minimum income, 100K. This should be excluding obesity. This should be okay, pretty normal. And by normal, I mean also insane. 0.53%. So we round that up. Yeah, it's still very delusional. 4 out of 5. Though it's not like the last calculation that we did. According to statistical data, yep. Bop, 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 bop. Yep. That's the thing. That's the thing. It's like, if you want to have your standards, your preferences, and all that, fine. But at least have them be reasonable. You are, thanks to the principles of rounding, this is literally 1%. But if we're being honest, without the principle of rounding, it's still relatively zero. You are basically betting on a shooting star, like a whole meteor shower. I always loved heels, because they hid the fact that I walked on my tiptoes. Huh. I guess that's fine for you, Zombie Bomb. I know you're a chick. Anyways, let's continue. I will say, coming up, I have seen this video before, like I have with most of these. I will say that you are going to be hearing some pickup roach cringe, because I don't think Virtual Brother here knows who Undead Chronic is.
Yeah, getting rejected at 6 feet. It's not looking good.
Okay, you funny and all, but like, you a midget. I can't do it.
Dad, you a funny as all. Yeah, shit, but you's a midget, bitch. I'm exaggerating, but you get the point. And think before you zinc. If somehow you're watching this stream, this is more proof that even if you're funny but you're short, yeah. And not to mention, this guy is actually in good shape. For his height, he's actually in pretty good shape. So, aside from something that he can't control, you reject this?
If you was taller, I would smash, but you short, so I'm pass. Pass.
I know, I'm sorry.
I'm a pass because I'm kind of tall.
Take off them heels, bitch.
It's okay. You're not ugly, but you just, I'm already short myself. You feel me?
I don't think these chicks understand the strength differences between a short guy and a woman. It's massive. The strength difference is massive. And also, this guy, if he learns Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, he could kick my ass. Like, I'm being honest here. There are certain moves in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu that are very effective on tall and heavy guys like myself. If he knows what to do, and somehow we get in a fight, chances are, and if he has some experience on him, he might win against me. You see, there are some disadvantages of being tall. Life has its trade-offs.
Okay. I'm a pass.
I'm sorry, baby. It's the height, but we could be friends. We could, we could kick it,
I almost feel bad. I'm pass. I'm sorry. You seem really nice, though. Look at you.
Ooh.
I still pass. I'm sorry, but...
Scurvy, small guys in BJJ suck. Well, they know how to give hella good arm bars to me. I'll tell you that, AC. Among all the people I've trained with thus far, the short guys, that, like, as soon as I feel I feel the pressure, like, before you're really supposed to feel the pressure. No, Scurvy, I'm pulling rank. Small guys get manhandled. I mean, if you have a higher rank than me, then I guess I gotta trust you on that. I'm just saying largely from personal experience. Some of those short guys I know have delivered mean arm bars to me, and it fucking hurt. I had to tap before they were even able to do the arm bar. It's nutty.
Pass. You already know what I just said, I have to pass.
But here's the truth. Height doesn't define you. Sure, the challenges are real, but attraction goes far beyond numbers. Dwelling on your height...
Not these days, my friend. Women in the West are so shallow that's all they think about are numbers. 6 foot, 6 inches, 6-pack, 6 figures. Literally 666 Devil Chad. Can't believe I forgot to play the boss button again. But we do have a boss approaching. Now we can get to the true boss fight, or the regular cancellation. So, do you want to know why 666 Devil Chad is like just getting so much attention? We're seeing it right now. These women who have, chances are, they didn't have a dad growing up in their life, especially if they're black. They believe that height is equivalent to physical strength. And I've met plenty of short guys who are way more muscular than me. And I mean, once again, a little difference, lanky arms and all that, but still, they are great people. They are great people. But the thing is, these women don't want to know that. They don't care. They just think 6 foot. They're thinking 6 foot. They don't know a thing or two about statistics. They don't care about the statistics. They want to live in a perpetual realm of delusion, as we keep on seeing in the female delusion calculator. If you're expecting 6 foot, 6 figures, not obese, that's the six. We'll count that as the 6-pack. You're going to get the odds of you trying to find what you are looking for. If we go back to the female delusion calculator for a second, that is less than 1%. If we do not count the mathematical principle of rounding, that is 0%. You are delusional. You think you deserve a 666 Devil Chad, but in reality, Devil Chad is just going to just pound you and then leave you. And the side effect of that is that the dating pool becomes worse, because you, the lady, have let Devil Chad hit it and quit it without asking for commitment first. We would not be in the situation if you ladies had dads in your lives and also had control over your own sexuality. But hey, the only person that could help with that is a man. And yes, Postnut, they absolutely are greedy. But let's wrap this up. Let's wrap up this video.
Won't help, but maximizing your strengths and attributes will.
On planet Earth, the second worst thing you can be is a short male. But the first worst thing you can be is a short male who's insecure about it.
To be born a certain height.
As you can see, it's me, Andrew Tate, and I am a faggot. Yeah.
And then to sit there and go, what do I do? Well, I'll tell you what you do. You become the best version of yourself, just like everyone else does.
Give up balance.
The best version of yourself, Andrew Tate. Is it not gay?
But if and when you can, invest all of your remaining energy in having as many, random contacts with people as possible, and also be aggressive. Talk to people. Introduce yourself.
I used to really give a fuck about my height. And yes, most of it came from the fact that most women do not prefer shorter men, which, hey, if I was a woman, me too. But then one day I realized, why the fuck am I stressing out over something I cannot control?
Okay, that Asian guy right here, he's basically like the hero of this video. He's not particularly tall, but he knows. And even then, Postnut, I know you're still in here, so you're also the hero of this video as well to an extent. Basically, he knows that he's short, but he doesn't let it get to him, and also he has a greater purpose in life, other than chasing puniti. That's the thing. I understand the struggles that short guys go through, even though I'm 6'2". I'd like to think the autism kind of puts me on par with the short guys. But anyways, jokes aside. But the thing is, you need to have a purpose in life that isn't the pursuit of puniti.
Me too. But then one day I realized,
guy.
why the fuck am I stressing out over something I
And yes, I'm aware of the crimson pill. It's like, oh, my genetics. But if you feel like your genetics are, like, you know, why you can't get laid, well, let's see. You could still try to find a greater purpose in life, even if you're short or ugly. That way you just gotta find something that doesn't make you want to kill yourself. I'm being real about this. If you are short or if you feel like you are ugly, find something that you love that would make you want to stay around on the earth.
cannot control.
We're all born, okay, let's say we were all blessed with height at this table. We still had to become the best version of ourselves. If I was only 6'3" and didn't achieve any of the other things I've achieved, none of you would be watching this podcast right now.
True.
Nothing about the height is
Okay, I'll concede this point to Andrew Tate. It's like, if you have like accomplishments under your belt, it's like, then it's like, yeah, people are gonna notice. Like, I've talked about some of my accomplishments on stream before, and I know it kind of helps with building, like, relatability among the audience, and also, you know, kind of tooting my own horn here. It helps a lot.
Is in and of itself enough value for me to be a valuable man.
There is nothing you can do, so why worry about it if you can't control it? I understand the effect that height has on confidence, because honestly, if I was a 6'3" male, I would be a piece of shit.
If you're interested in someone, if you want to establish a friendship, if you're interested in someone romantically, express that interest.
Don't be friends with women. You could be friendly with women, but don't ever, like, be friends. The only woman you should ever be friends with is your wife. And even then, it's way more than just friends. But that's the thing. I'm friendly with women. Like what Chaz says. You know, he's friendly with women. But I'm not friends with them. If it seems like that's the case, then I'm probably fucked up somewhere. But it's like, no, I'm not friends with women. For the most part. I do have, like, basically one, but we're, like, so far away. I don't have any interest in her. She doesn't have any interest in me. But that's, like, the exception. Childhood friends, maybe some other people you kind of grew apart from. That is like, hey, you know, this cool thing happened to me. Oh, wow, this cool thing happened to me. You know, or that, or, you know, whatnot. Something like that. The difference for me is that I'm in my mid-30s. Teens are different. Post-iPhone invention. Zoomers got it damn rough. Zoomers and Gen Alpha post-nut. Yep.
If they're not interested in you, both of you are going to be fine. You can handle the rejection or the small rejection.
Okay. We went over false allegations before. If you're ugly, this is a brutal pill to swallow. But if you're ugly, and if she rejects you, there is a greater chance. If you don't handle it with grace, if you're like, I'm sorry. If you say, I'm sorry for bothering you. But if you don't do that, if you get mad, it's like, you got an accusation you're gonna have an accusation under your belt sometime in the future. Hate to break it to you.
They can handle someone
we live in a shallow
expressing
world like
interest. And I think in our age, we've, in a weird way, implicitly told young people, especially men, they're not supposed to express that interest.
As a man, you build your value. You are born with the cards you're dealt. Sure, it'd be ideal. Look, I'd love to be 7 foot tall. I'm not. So it's the same argument. You can only become the best version of yourself, and to sit there and to constantly complain about it is a feminine frame. If you're 5'2", you need.
Okay, to complain, short guys have the right to complain about why things are going so bad for them. They really do. Once again, I'm friends with a lot of short guys. Like, I get their struggles, even though I'm not short myself. I get their struggles. They have the right to complain. Not like all the time, but it's like they have the right to.
need to become rich, strong, well-connected, and funny and charismatic.
Okay, the funny
And interesting and witty.
thing is, yeah, you could become rich even if you're ugly. You probably have to do some immoral things. You could be strong if you're short and ugly. That's also true too. Well-connected. That's gonna be hard if you're ugly. Funny. Yeah, you have to be attractive for funny. Charismatic. Also, that's also charismatic, interesting, and witty. Funny, charismatic, interesting, witty. That's all associated with attractiveness.
If you're 6'4",
short guys. Wow, Scurvy is really throwing that term around. No, AC. I'm talking about those shorter than average.
you need to become rich, strong, well-connected. It's the same game.
If you are tall, that is natural confidence. So if you are like me, who doesn't have that height, you need to find confidence elsewhere.
That confidence comes from strength. Go to the gym, you have an easier time building muscle than I do.
And maybe you can find that confidence within fashion, fitness, just being a better person overall.
Fashion too, that's a big one. I know I like to make fun of think before you think, you know, I lift weights and I study fashion, or is it I study fashion and lift weights? It's like, yeah, you do need to learn how to dress as a guy. That is important. That's something else that helped me, you know, get women to not, you know, to not stop touching me. That helped out too. Us shorter than average guys matter too, but yeah, of course you guys do. This is a manosphere channel. Of course you guys do. I used to listen to Alicia Long. He sounds just like this guy. Huh.
You can control all three of those things. So if you're stressing about those things, it is okay because you can fix that. But when it comes to your height,
out of all the things you could fix, fashion is the easiest one you could do. However, there is a prerequisite to fix your fashion. You gotta get in better shape. Whether that's bulking up properly or slimming down. I would suggest you slim down for the spring. You bulk up, you know, before and during the winter. You slim down a little bit before and during the spring and the summer.
there is nothing.
I would say learn to dress or learn your style. I think I got that from the r/redpill. Is that the subreddit you're talking about, or is it where are all the good men?
You can do, and that is okay. If you're a guy and you think the sole reason why you're not getting girls is because you're short, I promise you it's not that. I think it's probably because you're a piece of shit.
Bro, these guys speaking about height are idiots. I'm 5'11" and some women think I'm cute. Yeah, well, Rexus, you're taller than average. Average height in the US is 5'9". So if you were to go to like Thailand or something, you'd be able to get laid easily. Easily, because you're way taller than average there. If your average height in the US, go overseas. If you're really trying to get laid, go to Thailand, get a massage, and you'll probably feel good. But if you're on the religious side, you could still go overseas and meet yourself a nice religious girl. But actually be genuinely interested in her. Damn, I'm a piece of shit called out. Whoa.
And if you are, unlike your height, you can change that. So stop stressing about how tall you are.
Some girls will literally not even give you the time of day because you're not 6 foot or 6'3" or whatever they have in their mind as what you should be. And guess what? Those girls suck and they're shallow, and you're better off without those kind of girls anyway.
You know what, Courtney? You're right. And keep in mind, Courtney Ryan's all right. That's coming from Scurvy. Courtney Ryan is all right. She's also not wrong about that too. However, I think there's better people you could listen to, like Undead Chronic, or Hammerhand, or Better Bachelor, or, well, not to toot my own horn, you know, Scurvy.
Think about it. If she's focused on something so superficial, what happens when life throws real challenges her way? These are—
Oh my god, I'm gonna collapse! Oh no, it's gonna suck! My life's gonna suck because— Wait. give me a second. Give me a second. Wait, wrong thing. Didn't mean to go to the after show for a second. Wait, I need to find that clip. I need to find that clip. It's like fuck, what? It's like, what is it? Living LA boyfriend, something like that. So what is that? Where is it? Fucking hell, I had something! I had an idea for a little tiny bonus segment before we get to the in memoriam section. It's like, fuck me. I have to look through my notifications. This is gonna be a while. Damn it, this is gonna be a little bit, cause I have to find it. 22 hours. Fucking hell. Where is it? What is that? Damn it, where is it? I gotta clear my search history. On Twitter, at least. It's like non-aesthetic things, I believe. God damn it, it's gonna take forever. He posts shit all the time. Oh boy, I gotta scroll down a lot, don't I? If I can't find it, then we're gonna move on to the next one. December 18th. Oh boy. No, that's not it. Oh boy. This is gonna be annoying. Oh boy. You know what? Actually, I'll be right back. I don't think I could find this, so we'll get on to the next part of this. Okay, I'm back. So let me tell you what I saw, like, before we continue with the rest of this. So basically what happened, I saw like this video, it's like of this chick who was like, who broke up with her boyfriend of like 3.5 years. Big mistake not proposing a year in. But anyways, basically she made like this really cringy song about the whole breakup, and it's like, so you live in LA with your boyfriend, and you do, and then you know, something Texas, and you moved down to him with Texas, and then something, and then living with my mom in Florida, like that. I can't find the fucking video, but that chick is the epitome of female delusion. She like got with a Chad, and you know, clearly the Chad was kind of done with her. They probably had many arguments about the whole thing a while back, and basically she was like, oh, I'm gonna stay with Chad, and you know, I'm not gonna move on, and I have to say goodbye to my improv troupe, and it was just really gay, like really gay. But anyways, now that we're done with the cancellation segment, we're gonna move on to something. Let me just take this last little sip of my rum here. Okay. Let me get VTube Studio recalibrated here. So, in case you guys don't know, a few days ago there was a pretty tragic mass shooting event at a school in Madison, Wisconsin. So, I figured let's have a moment of silence for the two people who lost their lives, a teacher and a student at a Christian school in Madison, Wisconsin. If I can look up the name for a moment. It was... What was it called? What was the school called? I think it was like Sacred Heart. But anyways, well, let's give a little moment of silence to those who lost their lives on that tragic day. Erin Michelle West and Ruby Patricia Vergara. Erin was a teacher and Ruby was a student. Now, let's have a bit of a moment of silence. Alrighty. I hope those two are being taken care of by God as we speak. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Alrighty, so let's actually read about the victims here before I vociferously rip on the shooter. So I know it's from CNN. but this was the only article I could find. So we have a teacher and a student who were tragically killed that day. So let's read about them. So Erin Michelle West, 42, lived in DeForest, Wisconsin, and was a teacher at Abundant Life, officials said. She was born in St. Charles, Missouri, and graduated from Harrison High School before going on to graduate from Kennesaw State University in 2005, according to her obituary. She worked as a substitute teacher for 3 years before taking a position as the school substitute coordinator. A statement from the school first obtained by the Wisconsin State Journal reads, ALCS is a better school for the work of Erin West, the statement reads. She served our teachers and students with grace, humor, wisdom, and most importantly, with the love of Christos, Jesus. The school described her as being her love of Jesus and love of people to our staff, and school family all wrapped in a hug and topped with a smile. Angel Brube, a 7th grader who was present during the shooting, told CNN he knew West well and described her as kind and caring and a great communicator. West is survived by her husband Jack and her 3 daughters, Emery, Laurel, and Adelie, whom she enjoyed spending time camping. According to her obituary. Wow. I pray that Jack and her 3 daughters are going to be okay. I really do. Abundant Life sophomore Mackenzie Wilson, who also knew West and saw her just hours before the shooting, told CNN that her teacher really loved her kids. She was excited to see her daughters grow up and what they were going to be able to do with their lives, Wilson said. West's love for her children extended to everyone at our school, Wilson added. She would have done anything for them. I just wish I could have gone back and given her a hug. She served at Doxa Church in Madison, where her funeral will be held on Monday. Let's read about Ruby Patricia Vergara. A freshman at Abundant Life, Ruby was a lover of the arts and music who hailed from a big family. The 14-year-old's life was celebrated Saturday during a funeral service. Ruby's uncle, Randy Ramus, thanked Abundant Life Christian School, law enforcement, and Wisconsin officials for their support and generosity this week. Our governor showed up this morning and met with the family, Ramus said during the service at Madison City Church. They have flags at half-staff around the state because of this, so thank you. A local funeral home donated services to the teen's family. Ramus added, while a local cemetery provided the burial plot where Ruby was to be buried Saturday, Ramus also expressed no ill will towards the family of the shooter, who died apparently after shooting herself the day of the tragedy, officials have said. We hold no bitterness or unforgiveness towards 15-year-old Natalie Rupnow and her family. They lost a daughter too. Somehow this precious child of God lost her way, Ramus said. Ruby had attended ALCS since kindergarten, the school said. Educators described her as having a gentle, loving, and kind heart that was reflected in her smile. She was not only a good friend, but a great big sister, the school said in a statement. Often seen with a book in hand, she had a gift for art and music. The teenager loved art and playing keyboard in her family worship band, according to her obituary. She had a particular soft spot for animals. Oh man, it's kind of hitting me pretty hard, guys. Not gonna lie. Ruby was a blessing to her class and our school, the school said, yet it was Ruby's love for Jesus that shined brightest and shared his love with others by volunteering faithfully. She will be missed deeply by her teachers and fellow students. And there's some corrections here. Oh, wow. Wow. That really is something. And do you want to know something about the monster who committed this whole tragedy? We're going to go back to the stage here. We're going to go back to the stage. Do you want to know why this bitch committed this tragedy? Do you want to know why that's the case? It's because she was a die-hard feminist. I'm not joking about that either. I'm not trying to spark some bullshit controversy. It's the honest to God truth. She believed that men and Christians were evil. And yes, she absolutely did hate Christians. Abso-fucking-lutely. That's in her manifesto. But especially the men. She had such a hatred for the males of the human species that she decided to, take out her angst and hatred on innocent people that had nothing to do with why she was feeling the way that she did. Now, I've seen people call the shooter a femcel. No, that's not the case. She actually had a boyfriend. So, that's not exactly the case. She had a boyfriend. And once again, that boy, actually she had 2 boyfriends. Not at once. Not at once. I should clarify. Not at once. But, hold on. The thing is, if you read her manifesto, you would know she absolutely has a hate boner for men. She does not like men. She was radicalized to believe that. Even the most radical red pillars don't hate women. The thing is, even the most misogynistic red pillar imaginable has the sentiment that women need to improve. What might seem, before people start saying, oh, incels, the thing is, a lot of incels, they don't actually mean their hatred towards women. They're just disappointed. But with this chick in particular, I'm not gonna call her a femcel. I don't want to give femcels a bad name. I know some. I know some femcels. Unfortunately, I've yet to meet them. But that's besides the point. But for her, she is undeniably a radical feminist. I mean, she had Radfem Hitler in her manifesto, for Christ's sake. Of course she is. A rabid feminist will yeet God-fearing children. Disgusting. I 100% agree, Henoch. What she did was absolutely disgusting and horrific. I'm glad she's rotting in hell as we speak. She certainly would not repent for her sin after killing those 2 people and shooting herself in the head. She would not repent. As a matter of fact, she probably wished that she could kill more people. And that's honestly really sad to me. It really is. It really is. Look, incel, there have been incel attacks, quote unquote, throughout the years, ER and Alec Manassian. Pretty bad dudes, if you ask me. And like I've always said about those 2 massacres in particular, they should have never happened. It was wrong that it happened. And lastly, give me a second to think, y'all. I don't want to fuck this up. This could have been prevented. This whole thing could have been prevented. It really could have. Hey Apple Eater, how's it going? You kind of arrived at a pretty dark segment of the show tonight. Okay. I think I said what I needed to say about the whole Madison, Wisconsin shooting. Oh wait, actually no, not quite. I do have an article here from Not the Bee. So let's read that. I still need to I still haven't condemned this bitch enough. So, okay. We have this article. Here's what we all know from Not the Bee. Here's what we all know about the Madison Christian school shooter. We're basically talking about what happened in Madison, Wisconsin. I had a moment of silence for the victims, went over, their lives, shit-talked the shooter. And now we're going to read this article before we get to the after show. So the shooter, whose name we will withhold as to not give her the infamy she desired, killed a fellow student and teacher before turning the gun on herself. 6 others were wounded, 2 of whom have critical injuries. She carried out the mass shooting in the school library, according to a source. She did not identify as trans. The teen girl used the name Sam online and the username Crossixer. She had an extensive online obsession with school shooters and death, particularly the 1999 Columbine High School shooting. She is a big fan of the KMFDM rock band, which was also referenced by one of the Columbine shooters. She often wore the shirt of the band. Her last post on X in the bathroom near the school's library before she went on her rampage. Jeez, that's dark. A purported sneak peek of her manifesto was posted on her Discord account, where she discussed a desire to kill all males in a rant inspired by fringe extremist online culture. A screenshot was posted on X by a person who was her Discord friend. The account also posted a mirror selfie photo of the shooter. Her Cashapp account is a picture of the Columbine shooters. She had an account on Watch People Die where she commented on the videos. Okay, let's not drag the people of Watch People Die into this. A lot of those guys are actually Okay. The people who comment on r/Watch People Die, they're not glorifying tragedy. As a matter of fact, I think that subreddit was quite, important before it got banned. That's another rant for another time. Her Spotify playlist featured themes of suicide and killings. Her Tumblr account featured content about mass shooters. Tumblr? What the fuck? She also posted images suggesting she got a pistol for her birthday. The Tumblr account of the deceased school shooter at Abundant Life Christian School in Madison, Wisconsin features content about mass shooters. She also posted about getting a pistol for her birthday. Okay, the last fucking thing you should give a troubled child like this is a gun. That's why I would make it imperative that my kids don't touch my fucking guns. Because it is important to understand the ideology driving these shootings. Hold on, let me just play a little bit of sound here for my headphones so they won't die. Okay, there we go. Because it is important to understand the ideology driving these shootings, and because the government moves quickly to hush up killing done in the name of leftist ideology, see the 2023 Covenant school shooting in Nashville, we want you to see part of that manifesto. When we say this stuff is a mind virus, we mean it. It's literally killing people. And that is true. Radical feminism, no, feminism in general is killing people. It kills, if you haven't already been paying attention, it killed the unborn. It's causing a lot more of the recent school shootings. Once again, the 2023 Covenant school shooting in Nashville. We have an example of this. What? You don't let your kids touch guns? How are they going to learn? They'll learn when they're 18. Just like when they'll get cell phones. They'll get cell phones when they're 18. They'll have little flip phones until they're 18. I've been packing heat since I was 7. Damn. Yeah, I kind of blame the parents for not setting her straight and keeping the pew-pew away from hell spawns. Yeah, if you feel that your child is unhinged, then maybe taking away their firearms is a good idea. Absolutely it is. Absolutely fucking is. Disclaimer, this is a quote from the reported manifesto. If it ends up being a trolling campaign and incorrect, we will update the article. Because of Andy Nago's reporting, we're sharing it here. Is it a go? Or Andy no? Andy go? Women are the only hope for this wretched world, but even women have been brainwashed by moids, appropriated terminology from red pill circles. For too long, they've internalized the patriarchy and turned on each other, always begging for male approval and validation. It's disgusting. I realize the truth. Men are irredeemable. Radfem Hitler was fucking vindicated now. Radfem Hitler is fucking vindicated now. They can't be reformed or redeemed. They're a fucking scourge upon the earth. The only solution is total extermination, and every Freud who worships these fucking parasites. Every single male must be wiped out, from babies to the elderly. Only then can women be free to create a new world. I'll be a pioneer. I'll be the first to take the first step. This is horribly written. I don't care if they're fathers, brothers, husbands, sons, teachers, police, especially, I'm not gonna say that word here. Naggers. There we go. We'll say naggers. Or politicians. I've been craving to kill them all. This is my mission. Only when their parasitic sludge has been expunged from this earth, is when the world will be clean and women can start over. It's the only way. In approximately 10 minutes, C should be dead. It's strange, but it feels good. What does Red Pill have to do with her eating innocent girls? Okay, so basically, she's trying to change terms like Foid and talking like somebody on R9K, right? If you don't know what R9K is, that's the incel board of 4chan. And when I say incel, I mean like actually involuntary celibate. Apple Eaters asks, Radfem Hitler? Yeah, that's a rabbit hole I've been diving down deep on. Apparently, she was like this extremely radical feminist who was like, basically, okay. Let me recombobulate myself here. Radfem Hitler was an X account who basically was this extreme radical feminist who was saying stuff like all men should die and yada yada yada, this, that, and the other. If you're wondering what Radfem Hitler is, it's a term to describe the most violent wing of radical feminism. It's the type of feminism that says every single male must be wiped out from babies to elderly. Some people saw this coming. Consider this post from June 2023. There will be a femcel mass shooter in the next 2 years that will name drop Radfem Hitler in a manifesto. Wouldn't you know? That's her. I know that strange feeling she liked. That's called sadism? A serious country would ask, what is motivating even our young women to carry out acts of mass murder? She was only 15. What kind of ideologies are driving kids to do this? A serious nation would take a hard look and make sure we are protecting our kids from that poison. Oh, jeez. None of these are shooters. Not all of these shooters were motivated by transgenderism, feminism, or wokeness, but they all got infected with a mind virus. Instead of addressing that, however, we have a president who goes out there every time with takes like this. Today, families in Madison, Wisconsin are grieving the loss of those who were killed and wounded at Abundant Life School. It's shocking and unconscionable. We need Congress to act now. And by Congress to act now, you mean to repeal the Second Amendment. Wow, and they say they're peaceful and only want equality. Demon spawn at its finest. Apple Eater says, we've had a woman mass shooter and she was 12. They wrote a song called I Don't Like Mondays. She ain't nothing new. In fact, it has already been done at younger age 30 years ago. Huh, interesting. And by interesting, I mean morbid. I said that word, but I had to censor it because of Susan's ghost haunting this goddamn site. Okay, well, let's, we're not done with the show yet. We still have the after show. Like I said, Henok, we're gonna end the show on something a bit more humorous. But, this segment has been a little bit much. I'll tell you that. It's been a little bit much tonight. But I think it was necessary. I really do believe that. I really do believe that. Whew. Okay. We'll relax and then we'll have ourselves a laugh. Let me just pull it up first.
Ohio
Yes, it's about Ohio. Alrighty, let's unwind now, shall we, with some Cyrax stuff. She doesn't like men. I don't like Jews. I get it. Whoa. That's a little different right there, Apple Eater. I'm not trying to advocate for anything, YouTube. Anyways, we have a video from Base Shaman from a few hours ago. This is about Cyrax. We're gonna once again trying to unwind from all the tragic stuff. So let's watch this. It kind of has to do with the police. So yeah, let's take a watch.
Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost told Cleveland.com that social media influencers and professional YouTube creators have bogged down police departments with body camera video requests, effectively making the taxpayers subsidize their little garden businesses. It's not every day that a law gets changed because of Cyrax, but it looks like it's finally happened. This was posted by user Do What? Okay on the Music Biz Marty subreddit.
If you guys don't know what r/official Music Biz Marty is, it's basically the subreddit where they catalog all of Cyrax's bullshit.
Akron PD tired of being humiliated by their own body cams showing how useless they are? Now we're gonna look through this article and see what it says. I'm pretty pissed off, and by the end of this video, you'll be pissed off.
Yep, I was pissed off by the end of this too. So, do you guys want to know why this is even happening in the first place in Ohio? It's because all the times that Cyrax called the police to his house because of random internet bullshit. That's why that's happening.
So please leave a thumbs up before you get pissed off. Ohio lawmakers passed surprise bill letting police charge public up to $75 per hour for body cam videos. First Amendment and government transparency advocates said they were blindsided by a law the Ohio legislature passed in the early morning hours of Thursday that lets police departments make it harder for the public to keep tabs on them. An amendment to the state's sunshine laws that was slipped into the 441-page bill introduced at 1:15 a.m. and passed an hour later would give state and local law enforcement departments the power to charge up to $75 for each hour of video released in response to a public...
So, not only does this make it harder for us to get, the body cam recordings of all of Cyrax's bullshit, but also for actual police cases that the police actually need to be involved in, yeah, that's gonna be harder for the general public to access it. It makes jury duty a lot harder too. And that's why you need to read what you're voting for. That's true too. However, I don't think this is something the people voted for.
Records request. The proposal, which is not mandatory, would cap the charge at $750 per request for copies of records that most departments...
Which is not mandatory. Okay. So, depending on what county you are at in Ohio, so you know, whatever county Akron is part of, maybe doesn't have to do that. But maybe for some of the other counties in Ohio, you might have to.
Currently provide for little to no cost. Gary Daniels, chief lobbyist at Ohio's American Civil Liberties Union chapter, called the law a major blow for government transparency and accountability.
And that's something true as well. There is actual consequences for Cyrax's bullshit.
As a society, we give police the power to shoot, injure, and potentially kill us, Daniels said. What this language does is it allows them to hide behind the law that is going to be cost prohibitive for someone to get videos they want.
That's also true. You could blame the Goblin for that. We see him behind the wall of text.
Daniels and Monica Neoport, executive director of the Ohio News Media Association, each said they had no indication that lawmakers were even considering such a measure until after it had already passed. This was quite literally snuck in on purpose at the last minute, Daniels said. There's no reason to do that, other than you want to absolutely avoid having it out there in the open, where people can come to the State House and advocate for it or against it. Neoport said in an email that her organization will push Ohio Governor Mike DeWine to veto the measure. We did not know about...
Okay, so on one hand, the veto would actually be good for you know, understanding what the police actually do. However, at the same time, what would happen is that Cyrax would still have more body cam bullshit to do, because they're like, police. Well, what I need is I need the trolls to stop trolling me, because they're gonna come to my house even though they're bullshitting. They're bullshitting your chance.
This in advance, and we're surprised something like this would be added in without any opportunity for discussion or objection, Neoport said. We're concerned about the chilling effect this will have on the news media, and we question how they arrived at this $75 per hour fee.
Cyrax. Literally, that's the reason why. It's because of Chance J. Wilkins. Cyrax. That's why.
Jack Greiner, a Cincinnati-based media and First Amendment attorney who has previously represented newspapers in public records lawsuits, called the
who the hell is Cyrax? Oh, boy. Rexus, that's a long story to explain. I've had several streams about that guy, too. Like, one of the special episodes was Keeping Up with the Goblin at the time. But basically, if I were to summarize it for you, he is a really deformed guy. He's a pedophile, so one of the worst people imaginable. And he's also a bona fide lolcow. He knows how to make us laugh.
Law disappointing. The idea, the goal of the Public Records Act is to make records more accessible, Greiner said. Putting excessive fees on it does the very opposite. It's unclear which lawmaker came up with the proposal. Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost told Cleveland.com and The Plain Dealer that social media influencers and professional YouTube creators have bogged down police departments with body camera video requests.
Okay, so I know that out of all the people who document racks, William Gloryhole, he's the one who gets all the body cam footage and all that. Like, he's basically the only one who does that. But maybe there's some weens who are trying to, like, disrupt the system, you know, so they could be the ones to get out of, you know, to get out some Cyrax content first before, you know, William Gloryhole gets it out. But, you should do an expose on Vosh. If I do another, like, you know, making fun of leftist streams, then absolutely I will. I have made fun of Vosh before, Henok, but I could absolutely do it again. And I probably will, because I fucking hate that guy. But going back to Cyrax here, and yes, Cyrax is indeed a leftist. Basically, if a bunch of weens weren't trying to get to the police body cam footage first, yeah, I don't think this law would have also been passed.
Effectively making the taxpayers subsidize their little garden businesses. It's an expensive, labor-intensive process, Yost said. I think that this will be a solid way to approach the issue. The law would challenge a decades-old court ruling that public agencies could only charge someone who sought a public record for the cost of the item the record was copied onto, like a piece of paper, CD, or a flash drive. Many departments, including Cleveland Police, have provided digital copies of public records for free. Greiner said the most prominent court precedent on the issue was set by a 1994 Ohio Supreme Court decision.
What are the chances he's... No. Okay, Hanok, I get where you're coming from, but no, that's not the case. Vosh does not know who Cyrax is, and Cyrax does not know who Vosh is.
In a lawsuit that the Tribune Chronicle filed against Warren Police. Reporters for the paper sought copies of several years' worth of internal investigations and the personal files of every officer on the force, and the department attempted to charge them $5 for the first page and 12 cents for each subsequent page of every record they handed over. The justices held that because the department employees are already paid to perform their duties and responding to public records requests is one of those duties, the department could not charge record seekers for the cost of employee labor. Justice Paul Pfeiffer pointed out in the majority opinion that the General Assembly could have, but failed to, specify what went into the cost of responding to records requests. So the court held that it limited government agencies to charging only for actual cost. That seems to leave open the possibility that the General Assembly could change that, which sounds like what they're doing, Greiner said. Daniel said the law raises several questions and concerns about transparency.
Exactly. Chance, this is why you can't be wasting police resources, because when you do that, actual crimes go unreported. Your actions have fucking consequences. You fucking goblin.
In a major...
I mean, most of leftists are linked to him, like Hunter Avalone, Destiny, Hassan Piker, H3H3, just saying. But, okay, I get where you're coming from, Henok, but Chance is not associated with those guys. Like, not one bit. He might watch them casually. I don't know that. Doesn't seem like that's the case. But Chance is not associated with any of those guys.
Major incident, like an hours-long SWAT standoff or a long police chase, officers from multiple agencies could respond to the scene. That could leave someone on the hook for the up to $750 fee from several departments, Daniels pointed out. The fee could also
What the hell is this?
Whose relative was killed and victims of excessive force, he said. Daniels said that lawmakers should have introduced the measure as its own bill and held hearings on it, where all of those issues
Trust me, Hanok, I know a lot about Cyrax, unfortunately.
Could have been raised and debated. Proponents, like local police chiefs, could testify about the time-consuming nature of body camera requests and provide the public with data to show that they're getting excessive requests. To just do it securely and silently outside of the public eye, with zero notice and zero opportunity for debate, that's an irresponsible way to go about governing,
I agree.
Daniel said.
Even though I know the governor of Ohio is going to be red pretty soon, so...
So what do you think of this law change? Is it fair or totally corrupt? We all know and appreciate how much time and effort the legend William Gloryhole has put into archiving all of the body cam footage from Raxel. So hopefully they can somehow get this reversed, because it sounds like a bunch of bullshit. I can't help but wonder if it has something to do with one of the cops who was nicest to Cyrax got busted with his own cheese pizza situation himself.
Ooh, oh boy, Shaman. Damn. I hope that's not the case. But, anyways, let's put up the ending banner. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. Had its, dark moments, its funny moments, back to dark moments. Yeah. As I said earlier at the start of the stream, I'm not going to be able to stream next week. I'm going to be home, going to be celebrating Christmas with the family, even though they're mostly atheists. Then, the following week, gonna try to make 2 videos for you guys. I'm not gonna be streaming on the 4th. At the latest, my next stream is gonna be on the 18th of January, though I'm gonna try to have a stream on the 11th of January. But other than that, It's gay to end the stream. No, but I don't have any other segments to show you guys that are relatively on topic. I wanted to show you guys the Cyrax one because I thought it would be something funny for, or relatively funny to kind of, you know, chill out with. But other than that, it's like I don't really have much else to talk about tonight, not gonna lie. I know the bars are basically dead, though. I'm still gonna stop by. I still need to get drunk. Well, properly drunk. And have a little bit of a late night snack, too. But anyways, I'll catch you guys later. You'll definitely get a new upload from me in around 2 weeks. So yeah, hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. So catch you guys later. Bye-bye.